I click this button. They can hear us now. So you're always at just a tad.
Fuck.
Just like 2 seconds too early.
Damn.
To be heard.
I go off of like when you say, "Oh, they can hear us now," and so I think I'm early, but no, I'm not.
I said I'm gonna click buttons, and I was telling you I was going to, but I hadn't yet clicked them.
Yeah.
Jump the gun. So, very easily since last we left off, you did a perusing of the island of Stockhold.
And then we promptly said, "Fuck that."
You found that they had both an experimentation facility as well as a jail facility, for lack of better words, but no blue men. So what do? Travel halfway across the continent to go to a place that you know of to talk to Tish, who
is at war.
5 minutes prior you had acknowledged she might not even fucking be there because there's a dragon war. We probably don't want to go that way. And then you immediately went over to the Crystalline Pass to try to meet up with Tish because she has crystals and maybe she has the red crystal.
Oh, I missed that part. Jeez.
Yeah, and so you flew all the way back to whence
That's
you came.
how I convinced everyone to leave.
Yep.
It was, hey, she might know something.
You flew all the way back from whence you came to find out, yeah, no, she is in fact at war. She's been gone for the last couple weeks because, there's a war.
We kind of kicked that shit off.
And so, not knowing too much what to do, you find yourself back at Rowan Basin, just getting a night's rest so that you can make your plans and head out the next day to wherever you would like to go. You are still in Rowan Basin when you wake up in the morning. You find yourself a good long rest. Everything's hunky-dory in the nice little militaristic town of Rowan Basin. You find yourself down in the tavern getting your Eggs Benedict breakfast for 2 copper apiece. I don't know what everybody's rolling for.
I was just rolling for the hell of it. I think.
Importance.
Yeah.
She already rolled for her good day,
Those are
bad day.
fun.
Yeah, pretty good ones.
And so the day is yours. Your breakfast is delicious. The eggs are poached well. The biscuit is soft and moist. Under a poached egg, pretty good.
So I think after we're done eating, we should go check out Fellfield. Now we don't have to go in there. We can just fly around a little bit and then go back.
Go back to where?
To what's it called? What's that other town we were in?
Kima?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can make a decision of, is it worth going into Fellfield to look at stuff more, or do we want to go to Stockholm?
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion that we did all that work to try and case out Stockhold, get a feel for it. I feel like it'd be kind of a waste to just kind of, give it the finger and just go somewhere else. Especially since right now it seems like we're not exactly sure where to go.
Well, just not knowing where to go and going in guns a-blazing aren't necessarily hand-in-hand solutions.
No, I'm not saying that.
I
want to do a prison break, but I want to do a prison break where we find the blue guy.
Yeah. So the other problem with going to Stockholm is that if
No blue men.
we fly all the way over there from Rowan Basin today, and we need to get out, we can't.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Good cookie, I'm cooking.
I just still find it somewhat uncanny that we spent all that time trying to case it out, then we just decided not to at the last minute.
It wasn't there. I liked our hardest.
Very strange.
Felix looks
That is-
side to side.
That just seems like a lot of work gone to waste.
Well, we found out some information about the facility and stuff, but now we know that Atosh's brother Atosh isn't there.
True, I suppose.
Never forget that they have the same name.
So out of character, since I was on calls and shit last time, I don't quite remember exactly.
You're
what I
all
did.
right.
So technically, you don't have confirmation that he is not there. You just hadn't seen him from what you saw.
No.
Which is confirmation he's not there.
So you perhaps.
Sure, object permanence is difficult.
Case doors and walls.
Yeah.
You haven't even seen him in the first place. He's definitely not there. there's a number of different cells that you hadn't seen into,
Yeah.
but you had seen him when your father scryed on him. You had seen him drilling, so it led you to believe he's likely not there because there doesn't appear to be anywhere on the island that could be drilled.
Okay.
Yeah, I think our expectation was that we might find information in there that would tell us where they're getting the stuff from, so that we could then find out
Yeah.
and
Yep.
go there.
But there were quite a few people on the island.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd have to take everybody out, lock them all up, and then search the place up and down.
Which, if we're wrong, boy howdy, is that a lot of work for nothing.
Not to mention, not that they don't already know about us, but it's going to put a much bigger target on our backs.
Mhm.
Especially our buddy Atosh.
Fucking let him burn.
Pat, pat.
Eat my ass.
So I think it's worth scoping out Fellfield and at least seeing, do we have any indication that the red mineral stuff is there? And if so, maybe we go there first. Maybe not, depending on what we find. But at the very least, to fly over to see
Yeah.
what it looks like.
I'm for that flyover, but I definitely want to hit the island as well.
I mean, I do as well.
Okay.
I think let's look at Fellfield first, because
Yeah.
they're right next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get a rest in Kima, and then that way we can go over when fresh the next day.
Yeah, we'll take our boat over there.
That way
Instead
we
of-
can poof out instantly if necessary.
Take your boat to Fellfield?
No, to
Maybe.
if we go to
Fellfield's
Stockhold.
landlocked.
Yeah, if we go to Stockhold, we would.
Maybe
take
we're
our
gonna
boat.
take a boat on the sand. It's like a sand, like a dune buggy or something like that. I don't know.
A sand boat.
Sand boat.
Like,
I don't like
So-
sand.
I'm
It's rough.
proficient in land
You can put it in
vehicles, and
Minecraft.
at that
It's
point it becomes a
everywhere.
land vehicle.
sure. So, you guys magically poof yourselves and go to Kima? Is that the plan?
Yeah, Kima then Fellfield. Assuming we have
Same
enough.
day?
Yeah.
Okay,
If
so
we have the time.
with the casing of the joint in Stockhold, you had enough time to fly from Kima to Stockhold, case the joint for like an hour, and then fly all the way from where you were to the Crystalline Pass and then Rowan Basin.
Okay.
So there is enough time for you to go past Kima and view Fellfield.
And then back.
And then if you'd like to, you can fly out of Fellfield and into Kima.
Let's do that.
Then let's do
I think
that. If we've got the time to do
Yeah, I
it.
think regardless we're gonna end up back in Kima, whether we want to go to Fellfield as our next main destination or not. I think we're gonna look at Fellfield,
Okay.
then go back to Kima,
Yeah.
and then go to either Kima or go to either Fellfield or Stockhold the next day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we want to stop in Kima just so Zadis can then do his
Just a smart ass
talk in our
message.
brains thing so that we can at
As
least
is
two of us
my
can communicate while we're
specialty.
flying over?
Take a pit stop. That's
Yeah.
not a bad
Good idea.
idea. Yeah, let's do that.
Briefly materialize for a minute.
Goes
Ah.
like that.
Get some psychic links, eat some lunch.
Guess who's not at the table?
I wasn't intending that as a jab towards him. Okay.
Okay.
Sure,
So.
Bob would go for some gumbo.
You're welcome to do so.
Okay, so you fly out of Rowan Basin. Boof. I'm expecting that you leave in the same way that you always have, which is in the middle of the tavern with food still on the table, not quite ready to go. My Farmer Dan just, and then everyone's cloud, and it's time to go. Atosh's bread hits the table, and he's sad, but he's the cloud, and so. You guys begin your flight back across the continent, flying over
Mr. Worldwide.
flying over Commonwealth, seeing the Mage's Spires once more, flying over Tangleweb and Swaywood, flying over basically the big field with a number of different roads that connect the Reactus Consortia all the way through Serpent Spine and into Kima. While you are coming across the Serpent Spine, right around this region here, you're seeing on the southern core, or on the southern shore, you're seeing a numerous plethora of lightning strikes off in the distance.
It's the dragon.
It gives you some
Wagon.
worry because you're a cloud, and clouds don't like lightning because it's just electricity passing extremely quickly. While above the Serpent Spire, and as a cloud. Atosh's ring is no longer a cloud.
Oh,
It
no.
needs to drop out of the sky.
Plummets out of the sky.
There's no it's just the ring, not the necklace that the ring is on.
Oh.
Drops into the serpent spine, and you see, like, he dives down with it and lands where it lands, and like is watching it very, very closely as he sees that there's like the sand that it fell into is becoming solid because it's getting heated up very quickly. And it's sinking down rapidly, and Atosh is like frantically becoming not a cloud in order to try to do what he can to like actually have impact on this. But while in flight, it fell from the sky, and you guys are locked for at least a couple minutes while it decides it wants to cool down and not be heavy as fuck anymore. He does recover it easily. After some time, I would say about 15-20 minutes does pass, but it fell like a rock out of outer space, even though it was also a cloud. But no harm, no foul. He ends up getting it out of the sand, dusts it off, gives it a good once over. It looks the same as it's always looked. It's back to its normal cold ring self. It doesn't seem to have changed in any way. And
there's like a ring-shaped thing of glass in the
he
desert.
has to fix it back on. I'm sorry.
There's like a ring-shaped piece of glass like in the middle of the
Yeah,
desert.
basically.
Yeah.
And he could he has to take his necklace off to affix it back to the necklace, untie it, tie it back up, put it over his head. And you guys do continue the journey. It is into like 3 or 4 in the afternoon as you get to this part of the Serpent Spire and pass over the city of Kima, and on your way to Fellfield. And when you had seen Stothold from Stothold, you had seen what was Fellfield, but you couldn't actually see what it was because it was so far away. You just see a series of structures in the distance. And as you're getting closer now, you see a massive quarry in the middle of a behemoth of a stone wall. The wall itself is crumbled in a lot of different places, extremely weathered. And I need to know, are you guys like flying down into it, or like are you guys literally bird's eye view way up in the sky? Are you coming down to view like...
Well, you said we're now at Fellfield.
Oh, I'm sorry. You
Yeah,
can go to
because
Kima
we're
pit
going to
stop.
talk to Kima. Who is talking to who?
Yeah, link up. Sorry, I skipped that part.
Oh,
It's okay.
gotta roll. Hold on. It went to sleep.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
That's no moon. Alright. Actually, did we do a long rest?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, just making sure. All right, for 2 hours. So for 2 hours, I guess when we left, has it been longer than 2 hours?
So, from 2 hours from when you leave Kima, it'll be up. Because you guys were saying...
we went to Kima,
Leave her on base and go
so
to
it hasn't
go
been.
to
Okay,
Kima.
so it hasn't been.
Cast
Okay.
your... Well, not cast your spell, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Activate your effect.
I would probably say Atosh. Atosh, Daniel Farmer, and
You get one more.
yeah.
I'm gonna throw mage armor, by the way.
Okay.
In gaseous form. Oh no!
No,
Before
we're
we
in
leave.
Kima.
Da, da,
No.
da, da, da.
We're down in Kima.
We just said that.
We're stopping. We're stopping for lunch.
Yeah, have
And I'll do
stopping for
big,
lunch.
big guy.
Okay.
Duke.
Okay, so this side of the table.
Okay.
Minus Felix.
Minus Felix, but plus an Atosh.
He's
So-
too good. He's too good for our money.
So then you take back,
paint
you
you
get
with
some
purity.
gumbo while you cast some spells and do some magic-y stuff, and you become this once more, can become Cloud once more, and you're now basically here over the region of Felfield. And you do see, regardless of how high or low you are, you do see that there is a massive quarry in the center of this thing. You also see there's a very large ring of a wall around it. And you see that there's like, I can't really give a good number. There's a lot of buildings or like stone structures that are, it depends on how low you get to it, but there's a number of structures that are in here as well. They are not within the quarry, they are outside of the quarry. It almost looks like it either was a massive sinkhole or something smashed into it and caused it, because it was not like, it looks like there's a city and a hole.
So from high up, can I see
That's what you see
that
from
there's
up
like
high.
people or creatures moving about in between the buildings?
How
or,
high up?
I don't know, a few 100 feet.
From a few hundred feet, I would say you can see that there is small amounts of movement, but you're not able to see what the movement is because of how high you are.
I think like when you're in a really tall building in a city and like you can see that there's
there's
things,
like, you
but,
see the car.
yeah, but you can't tell. Oh yeah, that person's wearing a suit.
Yeah. I would say from that vantage though, you do see that that the buildings are lost to time. They are in ruins. It seems that there's a conflict of the architecture here, because on one hand you have like Elven Gothic type of like very like think monastery for like Christian church or Catholic churches, that like very steepled, tall spire type buildings, very wide. But what seems to have been crashed on top of it in some way is like large marble slabs that are like the fixtures that are on the slabs of marble are far too big. Like the lanterns are the size of the table rather than the size of a lantern, that are fixed to these marble slabs. And it seems like there's a number of them that like the buildings collided with each other, whether it was like transported here or it fell from the sky, or it just like some mage got a wise idea to teleport an entire city and it didn't go well. Like you're not sure, but there is a city on top of a city sideways. And then within the center there's a rather large quarry that you can see like the spiral descend into it, and then it disappears into like a tunnel.
So yeah, I want to look in the quarry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you flying over the city lower to get advantage of the city, or are you just flying straight towards the quarry?
I want to see like the entrance to the quarry and see if there are like a bunch of people walking into it. Like,
Okay.
so I'm thinking like a rock quarry type thing where they're gonna have shifts where miners are gonna walk down there, you know, in big long groups and
Okay.
go mine
So-
stuff, and then the next crew comes in.
So with that in mind, you can very quickly figure out why that's not the case. You fly into the quarry and you see that it stretches down and around for like, if you were to have to traverse this and go back up and go back, this is not, the people that are mining this are down there, if they're mining it at all. Because it spirals for a minute and then there's an inlet. You do see, however, within the quarry there are a number of etchings into the stone walls that are quite literally the perfect like cutout of a crystal. Like you can see where the crystal was taken from. You're not certain what types of crystals, but the dislodging of a crystal happened here, happened there. Some of the veins are massive, some of the veins are smaller, but you can tell that this, essentially, it looks like they've continued to dig it out, and then they got to the point where they're fully underground. In order to get in and out of this place, it'd be like a half day worth of walking to get down into it. So it's not feasible to go down, work, and then come back out. You also get a quick glimpse of the surrounding area, and it is uninhabitable. So you're at the
And there's like a wall around
So there's a big wall around the city that was,
the city. Okay.
not around the quarry. Since you are closer down into there, you notice that the air here feels thicker. You find yourself slowing down and unintentionally. There's a series of larger buildings that have been laid to waste. You can tell that they've been picked through though, because some of the stones have been like tossed in certain ways. Some of the rooms have been like cleared out so that they can access different rooms that were buried under whatever rubble it was. And as you like kind of peek into any of the very surrounding things around the quarry, the nearby surrounding things around the quarry, you can tell that there's basically nothing that hasn't been picked clean, and it's all rubble, and nobody seems to have been cared to rebuild it. I will also say, as you're beginning to descend towards the quarry, you can see a number of different humanoid people that you catch them walking down an alleyway, and then you lose them, and that happens a number of times, and it makes you very uneasy because you're usually very good about keeping a beat on people and where they're at, especially from a vantage. But here, they were there, you're watching them go around a corner maybe, and they're gone, you're not sure.
So we find ourselves like slowing down unintentionally, the air feels thick. Can I tell by any means if this is like some sort of magical effect or like a regional type of thing? Or is this just like, the air is just oppressive down here because we're in a fucking mine? Or like...
You can make a survival or nature check.
Okay.
Because you're a cloud.
I'll go nature. 19.
19. I think with that, what you determine is actually happening is like the same effect is happening to you that would be happening if you were walking through a graveyard, where it's just everything becomes more somber, and you don't mean to be slowing down, but you're like, wow, this is really sad. Like there's a lot of buildings here. There used to be a lot of people here.
So
there's still a person there. Not anymore, they're gone. But you notice that it's more that like the weight of what is here is weighing on you, and like it's not like so like somebody will stop and like kind of look at something longer and then catch back up and then same thing, and it's like a stop and go type of slowing down rather than
something like physically slowing you down.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Can I go into...
Sorry, one more thing. You also notice that this may have to do with it, and it's hard to tell from your cloud vantage, but your sight is becoming slightly obscured, as if you're in like a thick fog or steam, or like that might be attributing to why you keep losing these people. But because of the mist, we'll call it for now, it's hard to tell if it's just like actually inhibiting you from like flying as fast as you normally could because you're flying through debris essentially. What was your question, Mike?
If I were to try to go down into the quarry, like you said it would be like half a day to walk down there, but since I'm a flying cloud, it can like
you can take an elevator down and then go in.
Yeah.
So
I'd probably just like to do that if it's fairly quick. I mean, it's still going to take a while because it's down, but I want to get in there and look.
As you're going down into the quarry, you do see there's a number of mine shafts that shoot off of this ramp going down, and they end very quickly.
Do they? Do any of them turn to the right?
Sure.
To the right?
Sure.
Okay.
I didn't catch it.
Roll
you do notice that a number of them actually, like, it's clear that in that region they didn't continue to find veins in that direction, and they just capped it and stopped going that way, whether it was because they didn't believe that they'd find more that way, or because it was unstable to keep digging in that way or whatever. You're not sure, but you do see that they found some crystals in that mine shaft, and then came out and went down. Near the bottom, but not all the way down, you come across a mine shaft that is much deeper and goes, I would say, farther than you'd be comfortable with prior to like discussing and potentially not even being a cloud. I'm not sure, but you find one that continues. There are some that are further down, but they seem to be discontinued in the same way that the other ones were.
I would like to go down one of the short ones that's like discontinued and see if there's any residue left behind from whatever they took out.
Sure.
Because I don't know if they got like a clean cut every time.
Make a perception check.
Atosh is definitely down there.
Yeah, I'm going as well.
10.
10. With a 10, I would say that you. I wouldn't say that you find any residue of the crystals. I'd say what you do get is it doesn't appear that the crystal is like broken off of it. It seems like the whole thing kind of kerchunks out. And there's like a flat surface and then a very small bevel around the crystal. And it looks like the whole thing kind of just like eventually gives.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't tell if there's anything left over. You don't see any tools left over, as an easy example.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Would locate object work to just find one of the drill things because I like vaguely know what it is?
Potentially.
Okay. I mean, I can't cast as a cloud, but
Potentially. It would also have to be within the range of...
1,000 feet. Okay.
Atosh wants to keep going. Down.
This feels like it's our place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll mention that on our psychic link. I think this is the place.
The
but
radio
it's
to Zadius only.
pretty far. So we have to go down into the mine and then like far down a mine shaft. I don't know if there's going to be anything there, but I think that's our. If there's going to be anything in here, it's probably there.
Let's blow him up.
Atosh agrees.
Let's bomb a mine shaft.
Yeah, I can't think of anything any way that could go wrong.
And so we think this is long enough that we might not be clouds anymore by the time we get to the end of it, potentially.
Sorry, so you're saying being a cloud going into the mine shaft?
Yeah.
You're not sure. So I was saying because what I was under the assumption is you're just getting the lay of the land and everything, and then
Yeah.
what I had heard is the plan is get the lay of the land and then go back to Kima, talk about it, and then go the next day.
Yeah.
And I'm saying you begin to go down this mine shaft, realize it's not ending anytime soon, and you're like,
Long.
this is long. It's also offshooting a number of times, and you're like, if I don't be careful, I could get lost going down the wrong one, and so you pretty quickly determine instead of going and getting yourself lost in this branch of tunnels, you come back out, say like, hey, this one is deep, and keeps going.
Can Atosh notice if there's any paths that seem more worn or more recently trafficked?
In the city or the quarry?
In the quarry.
So obviously the long spiral is so.
Like he went down there with the Took.
In terms of recency,
like can he get a vibe of which way would have been the correct way to go when we come?
I don't think so because it's like almost entirely stone, and it's
Gotcha.
just it's black. There's no light in this tunnel, so if you go too far in, you actually just can't fucking see.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have dark vision, so you still could, but you wouldn't be able to see any colors or anything, so it'd be basically impossible to tell if the dirt is slightly off one way or the other.
That's fair.
But Atosh straight up can't see.
No, he cannot. Not with his weird amphibian eyes.
Okay, why don't we head back to Kima for today and then take a rest and we'll decide where to go. I'm not sure if we're in the right place. I mean, if anything is in Fellfield, it's down this big tunnel, but that's a big if at this point.
Meanwhile, Itosh, so let's go already. I got a good feeling about this.
We're gonna go and rest.
How long do we have left on the thing?
Trust me about this. I got a good
Probably
feeling
about
about
an hour
this.
and a half.
How
Now.
long does
Well,
it
no,
take
I'm
to
sorry,
get
probably
from,
about 45 minutes.
How long
So
does
you
it take
can-
to get from Fellfield to Kima?
You can get to Kima if not damn close
Okay.
in the time that you have allotted.
Yes, it's only like 25, 30 miles.
Right.
So like that's half an hour. Yeah. Let's
It's about
do this in the morning.
20-25 miles, yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, I got a good feeling about it today.
So we all start leaving.
As you all fly away, and Atosh is like, "Wait, come on!"
Atosh can only tell that to...
Yeah.
Are you?
And are you relaying that along?
No.
So you guys have descended all the way down into the city. Are you traversing up and out? Are you traversing just like kind of across and above the city?
I would go just kind of across.
Okay.
Not up and out.
So
Yeah.
not 80 feet above the.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not...
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
We
see
didn't really
any-
get a good look at the city either, so it'd be like a quick glance around at stuff as we're on the way out.
So as you're flying out, then you see that this was a metropolis of some sort, for sure. There's a lot of buildings. All of it has fallen to rubble. Not all of it had fallen to rubble due to other buildings colliding with it, but there was a society here for sure. You can see remains of bones places. You also see there's a young girl, an Earth Genasi. You see her throw a ball, and when the ball hits where a piece of rubble ends, both the girl and the ball disappear. You see a statue of a sphinx, and the sphinx's wings are both missing and cracked off. They're not fallen next to it. Somebody appears to have taken them or otherwise destroyed them in some other way. And you see a giant with a very, very large stick rushing out in front of the sphinx, takes a swing, and as he swings, he disappears as well.
Very normal things.
They said it was timey-wimey, dimension-shifty, cursed.
Just past that, just on the other side of the sphinx, you see walking up the alleyway 4 people. 3 of them armed, 1 of them chained. And they're walking in the direction of the quarry.
What are the odds that this guy chained up is blue?
He's green. He's a goblin. Alongside of him are a tabaxi, a human, and an elf.
What kind of weapons do they have? If
A
I
mix
can see
of
them.
swords and bows.
I'm trying to think, are they like
They are armored.
Yotura looking people? Like the kind of people that we would see in doing Yotura work?
You're gonna racially profile this multiracial party.
No, like their weapons
Um,
and armor and cloaks and
They
things like
they
that.
intentionally
Do they
don't
look like
wear
Team
that
Rocket
style of.
Grunts?
Yeah, no, they don't. They intentionally don't do that. Zadius would be able to tell you when you're asking him like, hey, do these people look like Yotura? He's just like, their whole thing is that if you can essentially prove that you're Yotura, that's enough. It's the same as being Yakuza in Japan. You just are, and people don't mess with you. So they don't need to dress a certain way to have the weight of their alliance.
Do they disappear after a certain amount of time?
No. You keep a beat on them for a bit. You see some other specters and shadows of time or incorporeal people. You're not sure whether they're actually part of this dimension or just adjacent. You see a number of different people Some of them appear to be fleeing and looking up and then disappear. Some of them appear to just be shopping for the day in the market, but then they disappear. It's a hodgepodge of people living different parts of their lives randomly and sporadically throughout this city.
It's really weird.
That's
You do see one of the Genasi it appeared to be shopping. As they cross out of one alleyway and into the next, you see that Genasi turn. And he appears to be looking at where they were. And he takes 2 steps and then vanishes in their direction. Should have been playing this music. I don't know what you guys want to do.
Takima.
I'm thinking Atosh would want to save that goblin so that we can capture the people and get information about the quarry. And then we can go down to the quarry now.
So we're leaving.
Alright, well, do you communicate that to us? Because Zadius can't talk to us. He can talk to Zadius.
Yep, that's right. Let's catch those guys.
Huh? What? I'm just going on.
Sorry, you're breaking up.
I don't think.
Sorry, I'm having trouble hearing
There's
you. I'm
only
getting a lot of
Here
bullshit.
you
We could take them.
I'm having little trouble hearing you. I'm getting a lot of bullshit on this line.
Listen, I got a good feeling about this.
Hey, psychic interference.
You can make a deception check.
There's only 3 of them. We could take them. That's what Batuk is saying to you.
27.
You don't know, it's like you bullshit.
Maybe it's something that's not quite magic, that's for sure.
Hey, Zadius, what's the dinner plan?
Kima? And
We're gonna eat Kima?
yeah. Eat there? I don't know. I don't have.
Meanwhile, there's these 3 guys with the chained up dude just see 6, 7 clouds hovering over his head.
So, as described before, there's a mist or a fog. So you do have like a natural obscurity, I guess.
What was the food we had there the last time?
Gumbo.
Did have some
Gumbo.
We've had a lot
Yeah.
of gumbo.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna get tired of gumbo.
Yeah, that's what I would say we're gonna have. I want gumbo again. I guess we had it yesterday. Or 2 days ago. I think.
The 4 figures look to be crossing the main street, looking down the alley really quick. You see one of them speaking to the other. The tabaxi says something, and then runs across the alley, or runs across the main street into the next alley, followed by the goblin, followed by the next guy. The 4th guy continues down into the next alley. Now the alleys are not like, they're not buildings standing. There is rubble standing that once was an alley, to be clear. And
Yeah.
like you can see that the cobblestone has been all kinds of damaged, whether it's from debris that had fallen or from just time, wind. It's arid, not desert in this area.
You see Craze Cloud like kind of do a circle around you guys and then do like a cartwheel up and then like go up like and then come back down just
So if nobody else begins materializing, then Batuk would just fly with the group back towards Kima.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's time for everything later.
You just delete this dialogue. So you fly out to Kima. I didn't make sure. You fly out to Kima, and you become once more right in front of the gumbo shop.
Bubba's.
Well, that was fucking scary.
Well, we found where we're going.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, there's a pretty high chance that there's something down there. I mean, if they're taking people down there,
Yeah, there's definitely something down there.
hopefully an alive blue guy.
There better be.
Did we ever find out, or does Atosh even know, like, when his ring gets hot, heavy?
We know it has something to do with his brother, and that's about it.
Yeah.
That's the working hypothesis at this point, is that not necessarily his brother, but whoever would have the other ring.
That's true.
Okay. Okay, cool. Let's eat some gumbo.
Is there anything you guys would like to do in the city of Kima?
I would just start Batuke's free clinic in the slums again.
I will say it has not enough time has passed yet for the tent with no name to have replenished their wares just yet.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, some stuff is just missing.
Well, I don't think Farmer Dan would let us go back at the moment, so.
Oh, Dan doesn't let us do anything. We just do.
Well, I mean, depends on what we're doing. If we're getting rid of evil dragons, I'm all for it.
I'm not having this
Yeah, maybe
conversation
tomorrow.
right now, dude.
Tomorrow we already have plans.
Round
We're here
4 of the
today.
conversation.
Mhm.
Round 4 of the conversation.
Yeah, no.
I didn't hear no bell.
Listen, we need to focus. And then we'll go deal with your evil dragon problem. The one on the other side of the continent, specifically.
Oh, we're gonna take care of that dragon.
Yeah.
I accept your terms.
I have a good feeling, and Atosh has a good feeling that his brother's probably down there. Or at least we can get some information.
If there's nothing that you guys would like to do in the city of Kima, we can just rest and resume back at the quarry.
Yeah.
We'll get some gumbo, then start my free clinic. To heal the drug addicts of this town.
Everybody gets a little gumbo. Okay.
So are we planning on flying in, or are we planning on walking in so that we're able to fly out immediately?
That second one.
Okay.
How long does it take to travel there?
A day. If you're walking.
I don't know, part of me thinks we should just fly in.
Yeah, that's all.
Well, we
it's gonna
could-
take us a really long time to get into that quarry
Yeah.
if we walk.
That's true.
A day just to get to Fellfield,
Yeah.
let alone through
And
the
another-
metropolis area.
And getting down into
And getting down into-
into that chocolate starfish of a.
Do we want to just go down right into it
Do we?
and materialize?
I say we
Or do we wanna
materialize
start
at like
outside
the mouth of the quarry.
and then go through the quarry to the hole and then down the hole.
Just a clarifying question. When we went down into the quarry, did we see anyone? No one was in like the funnel spiral of the quarry.
I'd say we materialize right in front of the open door to that long mine shaft that we think his brother's in.
I
It's
like
like
that
a
because
half day down.
that's
Yeah.
also a good marker.
Yeah.
So we all materialize in the same place, and one dude doesn't materialize half a mile back.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. We can do that. It's a new day.
It is a new
Those
day.
are less
It's a new
good.
day. It's a new day.
Can't I just keep it?
No. That's
Oh
not the
no,
way the
we
druid
lost
works.
importance.
Also, if you'd like to change your spells,
go
you are welcome to
Yes.
do so.
He had a good feeling about it, okay?
Would you get like a 20 to 1?
He had a 20 and a 6.
Fuck. Those are both really
Now it's a
good.
bad
Yeah, now he doesn't.
Now it's a bad day, now he doesn't. So bad day you want to use when I'm doing stuff.
But when you say like you're about to attack somebody, is that when I'm supposed to yell at you? just interrupting count?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get mad at you in the same way that if you cast Bane on me and you remind me every time I ever do anything that I have Bane on me, I'm not gonna get upset.
You have seen me like go like, nah, fuck you, counterspell or time bitch to him,
Yep.
right?
I just don't know the terms of like when I'm supposed to yell.
When someone's being
Interesting
attacked,
note.
it's a good indicator.
Huh?
Everyone who is an arcane spellcaster,
Oh?
so that would be just the three of you.
Uh-huh.
'Cause you're
Farmer
not
Dan knows a
arcane,
warlock spell.
It's divine. Even in that instance, it's not arcane. It is from a deity, essentially.
What about my spells?
Each of you lose one spell slot, one level.
Oh.
Never mind,
Of
Farmer
what-
Dan
of
has
what
no warlock
level?
spell.
Of what level do we?
First, just one first level spell is expended today.
How rude, why?
Just for some reason.
Additionally,
Okay.
does anybody have items that have charges on it?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Unless my bag of holding has
I
charges.
personally do not.
I don't think I do.
Prepared.
I'm going to assume that we treat the sword as no. Because I can
Charges
use it.
as in a specific number of times per day. it
Yeah,
can
it's
be
like
used.
I could use it
So-
infinite
Oh,
number of
wait.
times. I just have to have hit
Charges?
dice.
No. Magical items.
Wait,
Some
I
items you
have
can
the
only
prayer
use
beads.
X number of
The
times.
beads, how many beads are there?
And they have charges.
There are 1, 2,
So not my
3,
cards?
4,
No.
6.
Roll a d6.
That's something you're.
Oh
creating
dear,
with
that
a
this could
character.
go very poorly. Although we did expend the windwalk going into the
That's
place.
fine. Roll a d6.
That's d6.
Woo, chaos dice!
1. That 1.
Which one?
So the top one on my list is Cure Wounds.
Okay, so mark off that that's been expended.
Okay.
Does anybody else have anything that has a limited number of charges per day?
Like an item.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
It's like I have divine sense.
Yeah,
Also,
no.
do you
So
want
it's-
to wear your
it's
plate armor now?
Yeah,
Things
I
that are
think you should wear
specifically
it.
arcane.
Oh, okay. I'm taking
I'm-
it off my shirt.
I'm also
it-
gonna
it is a
burn
necklace
a-
of prayer beads.
Yes, but it's
It's still arcane.
I'm mage armoring up too, so now I'm down to first level.
I cast monk
the,
armor.
the way it feels for those that are arcane. So Atosh, for Elysian, Atosh, and Cray, you feel just groggy, like you had too much coffee the day before, or maybe too little coffee just now, or somewhere you know what I mean, somewhere in that like fog state where like you just didn't sleep quite well.
Oh boy, I don't like this. I do not like this at all.
Interesting.
Great.
Yeah, I had a really good
Farmer
feeling
Dan, you
yesterday.
don't know that bead doesn't work.
Now it's a bad day.
Good.
I would feel like actually they probably have like a magical glint
Like a
in
little
them
bit
in
of
some
a-
way. So
yeah.
your one bead is like
Look
your
at
LED
Bill or
went up and you're like
something.
ding ding ding.
Why are you sleeping?
Did anyone
So,
else not
is
really
it-
sleep well last night, or is that just me?
I feel great.
I slept like shit.
Okay, so it wasn't just me. All right, good to know.
And I had a really good feeling about yesterday. Today I'm not so sure.
Good to know.
I have a good feeling about every day.
Yeah, that seems like
Do you think that every day is a good day
We
to
love
die?
that you bring that energy to the group.
Every day is a good day to go unconscious.
Speaking of which,
Whether it's at the end of the day or somewhere in the middle.
as long as he's
speaking of which,
okay
is
with
there
it.
anybody who feels like they don't need temp HP?
Atosh isn't here.
Atosh isn't here.
here. Sorry, Atosh. Them's the
He's
rules.
got 30 health and a
This is-
dream.
Zadius never gets hit.
Yeah.
Tosh isn't here.
Them's the rules.
Let's keep the streak alive.
Alright, let me erase his temporary HP then.
They're like, I don't want to, but
No,
I
it's
made a
fine.
rule.
Dems the rules.
No, you're fine.
Is-
Atosh is gonna be reckless, just heads up. But
Is there anything that you guys would like to do
I've
in
been
the
given
city
permission.
of Kiama before you missed out and go about your business?
I'd like to get another cup of coffee before we leave, and that does not help me in the slightest. But you know what?
You get some good tea.
some good.
It's
Does not
caffeinated. It does not
doesn't
restore your
help
spell
at all. But you know what? It makes me feel like it helps. So I'm gonna do it.
So, you become mist once more. Travel the quite short 25 miles to the metropolis that was.
Quite short,
Known as
25 miles. Pick one.
As a
Oh
cloud.
no, as clouds. Yes, I know.
That's like 20 minutes.
I just still think it's wild that those two.
That's a day of travel versus a couple minutes.
No, I know, I know.
A mild inconvenience versus a whole ass day.
We just travel at highway speeds.
Yeah.
in fantasy times.
It did. It's we travel at about 70 miles an hour.
So yeah, you're there
We're doing
in
hyperlinks.
you're there in about
Feels
20
like.
minutes.
Yeah.
That was accurate. You continue towards the center of the metropolis and notice that where the city proper's royalty or government building would be, that's where the massive
chasm.
ravine of the quarry begins.
Uh-huh.
It's the castle.
And you descend down into the quarry as you had the day before, and find yourself at the one opening that continues on farther than it should. But you probably apparate first, and then subsequently everybody else
I'm sorry.
around.
I'd say that's
Does it
probably
not? Does the
accurate.
cabin not look like
So-
a Compass Darker Stone?
In the cases where it is a one-by-one marching order, what is the marching order? So this will be the front.
Say who doesn't
Atosh
have
wants to
dark
be
vision?
towards the front.
I'll be towards the middle.
He doesn't have dark vision, so he won't be
I'm
the front.
gonna
I'll
be
be next-
towards the rear, baby.
Next to my boy Atosh.
I think Batu could probably be in the front.
Yeah, lead
It's
the
like
way
you can
to-
see.
Yeah.
Put me behind Atosh and Farmadan.
So that's the general.
Actually, you know what? Put me back with the weaklings in the back.
So here.
That's
fine.
Farmadan.
That's Farmadan.
Oh, I'm
but
sorry.
yes.
My bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna protect my girl.
Okay. And then
Are you just telling me hold this L? All right.
in this
And
case,
you're also there, so you're also
Yeah.
gonna get.
in this case where it's so. Just to give some clarity and so we can establish some things, because I don't
Yeah.
see this changing much, if at all. Some areas it's like single file lines. Some areas you can get up to 3 people wide. Is it just like, am I just doing that when it's 3, or are you guys staying like single file?
No, I mean, I'd imagine that
Mhm.
I'd at least walk next to Atosh when it's got
Sure.
enough width.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured I'd ask just to set some ground rules in case stuff is happening.
Yeah. And I'll walk next to Elysium when there's room.
When
to do
space
so.
when space allows. So you continue into the tunnel of the massive ravine that continued, and within the first 40 seconds of traveling down this tunnel, those of you without dark vision can no longer see.
I have dark vision.
That's the
Neither
D&D
of us
staple.
know what that's like.
That's the D&D staple. The DM is like, it's dark. I can see.
I'm just was stating the obvious.
I know. It is a running joke though.
Mhm.
Oh,
Something
I
happens.
participated.
It happens. Literally every time.
Yay!
It's like
I can see because I lit a torch.
You lit a torch? Okay. Is that the only light from here?
I'll light my scimitar.
So flames here, flames here.
Yeah.
Okay. So that
I'll have my I have dark vision for 60 feet, but I'll have my familiar who has what is that? Rock sense or something? I gotta find that again.
oh yeah, I would also like to boof out my familiar.
Tremor sense.
I think so.
What is your familiar?
Can I?
A Tresimir?
Hang on.
Oh,
one
the
second.
cat.
Yeah, Tresim.
it's like
Where do we want
it's like a
Bob?
flying cat thing.
Yeah.
There's-
outside.
There's really not room for him in a lot of this.
That's fair.
Jeffrey.
Bob, you can just.
Jeffrey fits. Bob is a camel.
It's
Well,
blind.
it
sight.
depends what I bring Jeffrey as.
I'm
He's
gonna.
always medium.
No, he could be any size.
I don't think
Not
that's
any
true.
size.
That is wild.
I don't
He can't
think
be as
that's
big
true.
as a house, I
It's
bet.
gargantuan.
Can I?
Not like that. I just meant
He is.
Could
This is Jeffrey.
I just meant he could be like an elephant.
And that is on
Yeah,
scale
but-
with the continent.
Can I?
Yeah.
But in
Thought occurs.
terms of comparison,
Can I-
it's still
so-
not huge like
my-
a house.
so-
you know?
Familiar has 120 feet of dark vision, right?
Mhm.
And the Find Familiar spell, I can look through their senses, but I'm
Sure.
blind to death through my own. Can I just have her like on my head and then just like go through while looking through her eyes and have dark
Yes,
vision?
You can. What that would do to you is,
Oh.
I feel like your dexterity-based checks would be at disadvantage
Right.
because you're not actually you're fucking walking with your eyes closed.
Yeah,
like I know you can see, but your vantage.
Like
is
I'm
off,
walking
you're
with
not-
like a periscope or something like that.
Yeah,
on,
exactly.
Like that, basically.
So it's a little off. You can do it.
I would like to do that because like I would,
30 feet of blind sight.
For your familiar specifically. Okay. So it's basically just like right in front of
Yeah, I was gonna say I might have him go up towards Batuk, so it's more of a so we get kind of a 30 feet range.
And you all see there is a burb on my head.
Okay.
And she is looking
so-
very, very intently.
What you hadn't noticed before, but you do now that you can hear, is that there's a very slow, methodical, mechanical and it sounds like it is still like foggy or like smoky in here, and you're realizing it's not fog or smoke, it's steam, and whatever is making that noise is far and big. But you hear the steady
Is
and
this the
slow.
appropriate music for this?
No, you're right. Thank you. We gotta go back to the creepy stuff.
Like, this is gentle music.
Better?
Yeah. I just knew you made a point to change it earlier, so.
Yeah. There's still the steady and slow and very off-putting hum of this machine from wherever it is, and you. It's beginning to get. It's not hot because it's not that level of steam and it's not that close, but it is warmer than it was outside, even though you're in what should be a colder cave, because the steam is keeping it warmer. The walls are like jagged in different ways, and so it plays tricks on your eyes when you have this torchlight and this flaming scimitar as like dancing flames walking through this tight space, and then there'll be a sudden offshoot of like a very jagged like crack in the ravine or the tunnel that you guys are walking in that makes you very uneasy because they are so deep that things could be in there, and it might even be a mine shaft, and you don't know that it's there until like the light is crossing through it or you've crossed it, because it doesn't appear to, it appears to be a solid wall for the most part because the surroundings around it are very mute. Everything in this this tunnel is like a very dark gray or a black, and
I'm guessing that we are not flipping a table sideways.
not at this time.
Okay.
May I?
Mhm.
Felix would like to take some charcoal from someone who has it and try to mark our path as we go.
I have chalk.
Chalk will work. And
Okay.
just try to make
so
some
anytime
small
that you guys branch off of one of the
some-
branches.
It's something he'll be able to see easily, but maybe isn't like a big X on the wall.
There's probably also prestidigitation something. if
I
you
mean,
want.
Felix can't.
Well, I can.
So you mark the first one and Gray notices and can help if you'd like to.
But you can't do it forever.
Yeah, it's a
Prestidigitation is a cantrip.
Well, no, but I mean, it doesn't last forever, and we're gonna be down here for a
Oh,
while.
I guess it would.
I have 7 more chalks.
And it's not like
I
you're,
appreciate the effort.
it's not like you're ruining the whole stick of chalk to mark it either.
Yeah.
Because especially because you're trying to do a subtle but noticeable mark.
Yeah.
So you can probably mark like 80, 90 different marks before you're like out of one piece of chalk. Because I'm imagining you're drawing like a small arrow.
Yeah.
At the same height every time, trying to be very systematic about it. When the chalk goes and scrapes against the wall, it's extremely smooth, and you do hear the like squeak of the chalk on the like a chalkboard squeak because of how smooth it is, and this chalk like doesn't have as much friction as it would like.
Interesting.
And
Whatever cares for the chalk feeling.
the light, as you guys continue to descend, you guys are going in a generally like it's a kind of wavering path that is descending and slightly curving with the essentially upside down top. Or well, I guess that is regular top. And
The drill.
yeah.
Scarlaga.
The light begins to play a little bit of tricks on your eyes because whenever there is a rock, the shadows off of the torchlight dances at weird angles, and it gives you the sense that you're being watched, and the shadows are too loud, and it makes you very uncomfortable. The loud engine-like sound continues thrumming the slow breath, and it begins to, as you're going farther in, it begins to obscure your vision even more, especially with the torchlight being your source of light. Due to the fog that is there, it isn't 15-15, it's 15, and that's it. And so Atosh can see Atuk and 5 in front.
Interesting.
The walls begin to close together sometimes, giving you mild claustrophobia. And every once in a while you'll see a offshoot that is maybe about 30 feet deep, 40 feet deep, and then one of the crystals, perfect shapes imprinted into the wall, is missing. There's a slight dig past that point, and then it stops and branches back in. You hear in front of you what sounds like a bone snap.
Oh.
A faint smell of iron is hitting your nostrils. You can hear a sound.
Lovely.
Gruesome feast ahead. You hear a snap again and a crunch. There's one path to your right that you see that is part of the main thoroughfare, and then one path to the left that doesn't terminate after the normal 30-40 feet. Seems to keep going. You're not certain if it reconnects to the main thoroughfare or not, but it is not to the sound of whatever is eating whatever down here.
So which way is the sound coming
So
from?
the sound is coming from your right, and it would curve back. The one that so your left, it does branch out and then appears to be careening back to the main, but it might curve back, and you're not certain if it terminates. But to your left is not the sound. To the right is the sound. You hear another loud crunch, and then and then nothing, no sound.
Patoot starts going towards the crunch, warhammer in hand.
I'm gonna try to hide.
What's the equivalent of this in your world?
Pick a god and pray to it.
All right, Frederick.
Whoever. No, there's gods.
No, I know.
Pick a god you believe in and pray to it.
No, I know. It just.
Let's
This
see.
is
what
also
I just remember Fire of Awakening. Right? The fucking.
you want the god of pity right now? What do you want? Do you want the god of admiration? What are you looking
I
for?
don't know.
Bad day to
The
walk.
god of the future, because God, I hope you have one. Like, what are you looking
Sure,
for?
the God of the future, because God, I hope I have one.
Then you're
God of
praying.
ass kicking.
Then you're praying to Didal.
I'm going
Just
to
kinda-
conjure my hand that identifies evil dragons, and I'm gonna hand the torch off to it.
Okay. It doesn't point at anything. Odd.
There's no evil dragons here.
There's something else? Probably.
Good news,
roll
guys.
a
It's not a
stealth
dragon.
Is everybody following the Took?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can the Raven say? The Raven has dark vision, not like
So
true sight.
it'd be instead of 120, it'd be 60 feet because of the fog.
Okay. So the Raven could see farther, but just not.
I don't see anything
What's your
with
roll?
the 60 feet
18.
Gotcha.
18.
distance.
Not just yet. Okay.
Although I did check with Onyx, it's like, but is it a dragon?
No.
So just point
Well,
and
you don't
frame.
see anything. So no, at this moment, there's more rock wall.
So the sword has no idea if there's a dragon nearby.
Does my familiar see anything with the
The
30
sword
feet?
does
Yeah.
not set anything to, even though it's drawn.
Blind
I assume it's
sight?
drawn. What was that?
Yeah,
Does the blind sight see anything from the familiar?
It's not quite there yet.
It's 30 feet.
Yes. So, the noise you're gathering as you continue forward was loud, and whatever was eating it's not like a dude going down on some mutton chops. Like there's something down this way.
Something pretty big. Probably. You don't have to go back there. It's alright.
So just to give perspective. Here's where you're coming from. I'm imagining you're like hugging this wall. Whether that's true or not, you can correct me.
Sure.
And he's up with Batuk.
I'm trying to move slowly and quietly. I don't know if that matters.
It does.
For this.
Would everybody like to? If everybody is going to, what I'll do instead, because I don't like group stealth checks anymore, and I'm trying to figure out what to do instead, is I will allow somebody to guide the stealth, as in like, watch out for this, don't step there, and kind of take like a small lead to it. The perception of the creature is slightly higher because there's a group of you moving rather than just one person stealthing. But whoever would like to lead the stealth in general, I think you already made the roll of 18. And if we're okay with using that one, we can take that one. Otherwise, I'll allow one more roll.
Hey, Rogue, you wanna
Batuke's
lead
in
the stealth?
front.
I already rolled. Do you want me to roll again?
I'll say, since you're in the middle, I'll have one roll from you as well.
20.
20 and 18? Okay, so pretty close anyway. Let me see. So, it does not see you yet.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Oh gosh.
This is not what it looks like.
What a mini though.
Right.
That,
It is pretty close to what it looks like, though.
Isn't that like a bone claw or something?
Um,
Bone claw?
This is a bone claw.
Bone claw, yeah.
That is not what it looks like. It is fairly close to what it looks like.
Screw
however.
this shit. I'm going home.
I think we're in too deep for that.
You see a very, very skinny, much too small body. It looks like a gnome's body, with there's no neck, and it connects into like a helmet of a head with a huge open mouth that is presently devouring something. Not sure what. It looks to be some sort of beast. It doesn't look to be a humanoid. And it is very loudly crunching. It had resumed after a good solid pause. This is the way you'd have to keep going. It is here. It has not heard you yet.
Can I sneak up to it and attack it?
You certainly try to.
Because that's probably what I'm going to do.
So, the way I'm doing this is I'm showing you where it is because in order to get past it without engaging, you'd have to stealth past it and consistently roll higher than its perception because you have to continue to be sneaky. That's not to make it so that you fail. It actually doesn't have that high of a passive perception. I'll allow you to have that because it is too enamored with its meal at this present time. If you'd like to, we can. So what we'll do is.
So I'm guessing you need me to put out my torch.
I'm not sure.
It's facing the other way.
Cool.
It's more important that you guys can see than it is for me to get the jump on it. Because it's great if I get the jump on it, but if I'm the only one who can fight it, then we might be in trouble.
Yeah, that's
You're
fair.
saying all this?
We don't have the telepathic link anymore, do we? No.
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 Also, we could never really talk to each other directly, anyways.
That's true. Yeah, I would not be trying to talk and be stealthy at the same time, so I'm just metagaming at this point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Just calling it out at this point. That's
Yeah.
okay. It happened. It already is gone.
I'm
My
fine with
bad.
it. I'm just making sure that so you can whisper. So, it's entirely possible. Whisper those things. We'll go starting with. So what I'll say is, Patuk will be responsible for Atosh and Farmer Dan. Zadius is responsible for everybody in the rear, in the stealth checks.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll for you first, and actually roll at the same time because
Oh shit.
I'll allow you guys to do whatever you'd like to do in these moments.
I rolled a 22.
I rolled a nat.
Oh no.
This
And the plan immediately
That was
crumbles.
like-
my guy's out
very
here
short-lived.
carrying my clunky ass, so.
Yeah, that was very short-lived. So what happens is Patuk gets a little too antsy, and he's like sneaking. He goes 5, 10. He's like 15, 20, 25, and then the creature stirs. You don't get the jump on him because that was too low, even though his passive perception was 10. What I will say is that everybody can do one movement, keeping in mind that you were trying to have been stealthy during this. So what would you like to have? Where would you like to have moved at half movement? The
I
reason
would
I'm
like
allowing
to-
you more is because
Yeah.
that was what you were.
That's
why
actually,
you- yeah.
That actually is half my movement.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I would like to have tried to bend somewhat on Patuk's shoulder, but I know I'm not getting there.
No, you're certainly not.
I'll move 15 feet just so I can make sure I can see it.
Atosh
Maybe on
and,
the other side if I
I'm
can.
following
Here.
Zadius on this one.
Yeah.
Atosh and Felix will both move. They're
Much
full
to
half.
Cray's chagrin, that's probably the best idea.
Yeah.
There.
Atosh
And the-
would have moved before me,
And the
so
Raven is on Cray's
Yeah.
to avoid traffic.
There.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then 5, 10, 15. And Raven's still on your shoulder.
Raven's on my head.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't put him there.
It's like a little Raven helmet. It's like just sitting there, just
We're gonna be dumb.
Yeah.
Do it.
Play stupid
we're
games.
doing
win
it.
stupid
Let's
prizes.
go. Yeah, let's do it.
Yes. Yes.
It's like you just hear me call out.
That's what I like to see.
Yeah, Patuk,
The
slow
dumber
down.
the better.
Go.
What I would like is for everyone to roll an initiative.
Sure.
And Patuk, what you notice as you
Like the
begin to
same
rush
ball.
this guy and it turns, you see this, it looks like maybe a mule, maybe a horse, you're not certain, like one of those like pack, like travel type.
Would this also be a disadvantage because I have the fucking Raven periscope thing going on? Or is it just dexterity
No.
saves? Okay.
Yeah. One of the things you notice is that further in right here, in the wall, is a gem. But this gem is, this crystal is not a crystal because you can make out the features of this crystal. It is some sort of humanoid that has fused with a crystal and is presently embedded in the wall. And as you begin to charge, it breaks off of the wall.
Oh, great.
And I will
Oh, good.
use him, even though he looks like a very large crystal being.
Oh, good.
Crystal Golem.
Gem Stalker.
Gem Stalker. I said the same thing. We said the same thing.
Those are the same word.
Yeah.
That said, Farmer Dan, what is your initiative?
16.
Zadius?
6.
Felix?
7.
What is your initiative? What is your dexterity?
12.
I wonder what's the initiative.
Chris?
16.
Do
Do you want to go first or should I?
Atosh?
18?
No
Atosh?
idea what his is.
Atosh is 8.
Woo! And Elsie?
11.
Rolled a 6 and a 7.
Do you want to go first or should I?
I don't care.
Okay. Gonna just roll off
Go.
for it.
Just go.
Okay.
Unless I'm blocking your way.
I mean, not particularly. Because at worst, I would just need to be like, excuse me, can I, you know.
Sure. It's like, because my thing is just going to be running in there, and your thing is not going to be that.
No, yeah, exactly. I'm gonna try not to, get you like in the vicinity. Actually, I have some single target spells that I
Okay,
use.
so
So
the first act is actually Patuk, fittingly.
So there's another guy in here, and And then I'm gonna
Fuck!
and then I'm gonna move up just a little bit so that I can.
I guess
hit
we
him
gave
from
up on being
10 feet
sneaky.
away.
I feel like that's kind of the norm at this point. Like we try to be sneaky, and then
We didn't. We don't know
And
that
I'm
the
gonna hit him with
sneakiness
bashing.
failed.
You see the, well, you don't see it, but he sees the guy with a much too large mouth, a much too small body, very long, spindly limbs, very long hands and feet, just go and look right at him.
Does a 14?
It may have failed.
14 does not hit.
I'm gonna make
Try
a
to
guess
hit
and
him
say
again.
that it did.
What about a 24?
24 does hit,
All right. He has not taken a turn this initiative.
unfortunately.
How many dice is that? Okay.
Whew!
So 6, 12, 16, 22 magic bludgeoning damage.
You notice that even though you hit him with your staff, a piece of the crystals, the crystal person's crystal breaks off, and he takes, how much damage did you do?
22. And it doesn't look like the one that I actually hit took any damage.
No, he takes some of it.
Okay. I will bonus action flurry of blows,
I can't do math. Okay.
and I will try to punch the same guy that I was hitting.
Okay. Oh, he has. It was 22, so 11. On top of the fact that this one seems to be taking some of the damage, your blows aren't landing. Even though you're using magical bashi, it doesn't land nearly to the same effect because it has resistance in dim or darkness,
Okay.
where it lives.
This hit is a 23.
Hits.
So 4, 7, 9, 13 magical bludgeoning.
Okay.
And I will try again with my other attack with a 19.
Hits.
And that one is 5, 10, 12, 16.
Anything else?
Let's have him make a con save for me. DC is 16.
20. So
He's not stunned.
he's good on that.
And that's my turn.
Okay. It will be his turn immediately after yours. He will turn and sprint very quickly at you, the 5 feet that he needed to.
5 sprint champion.
Actually, sorry, could I have backed up so he has to run further?
You can.
I'd just go back, like, to that little...
He is going to take an opportunity attack.
Okay.
You didn't know, and I had to check.
Yeah.
So as you begin to back away, his long claw juts out and tries to impale you.
Tries to Mr. Fantastic.
That is the 14 plus 8. I don't know.
22.
Yeah. So you don't back up,
Okay.
and you are grappled and restrained if you're medium or smaller.
That is me.
Mhm. And you take 18 points of piercing, slashing damage as it, I'll call it piercing, as it juts into you and impales into you and prevents you from moving. Ow. And then it still is, on its turn, is going to move forward. We'll say to here. And, so this is interesting. It says it makes 2 attacks, one with its bite, one with its claws. It can't use its claws if somebody's already grappled with it. So, do I make 2 bites, or do I only make the 1 bite?
Unless it says you can do both, then generally Like, if it says it makes an attack with its bite and its claw, and it can't use the claw for some reason, then it only gets the bite usually.
Okay. Biting.
Obviously, you can change that if you want to.
Nope, makes sense to me. 16 plus stuff.
Okay.
You will take 12 points of piercing damage, as well as
Oh.
necrotic damage, resulting in. Oh, that's not good. That's a really high roll. 21 necrotic damage.
Jesus.
Now, you should not have done that. That is almost double the average.
Holy fuck.
Homeboy's
That
out here
was-
rolling 2d12.
That was 2 8s and a 5 on 3D.
Oh, even better. Nice.
It bites into you though,
Munch.
and gives you the munch. That is its turn. Firmament and Cray.
I'm going first on that. This fucking thing there.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. You can see it because you're within 6.
Okay. Could I have it please make me a wisdom saving throw?
Sure.
Let's roll my weird little barbell looking d12.
That's a natural 20.
Well, never mind. No, I don't fucking have to do that.
Yeah! He's hungry. Anything else?
Nah,
Is your bird coming off your head?
no. I'm gonna step forward into like the little bottleneck area.
This?
Yeah. I think that's about
Further?
No,
Or no?
no.
There, okay.
The fuck no.
Farmer Dan.
Can I get up in him? In his face? 5, 10.
Get up.
Oh, get up in that.
That's 20. You
Get
can
up
move
in
farther
his
if you'd
ass.
like
Being
to.
his guts.
You can move farther if you'd like to.
Uh,
It presently has him impaled.
I've got my torch with me.
Oh, wait. Okay, it wasn't a natural 20. You were restrained, so he had advantage. He had advantage on the attack.
Yep. Alright, so I'm not disadvantaged because I had the torch.
You have torchlight.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and take I'm gonna use a bonus action to use a branding smite.
And that's why it can't use the claws every time.
Yep. And then I'm
Now
going
it's
to
okay.
take an attack on him. 20?
20 hits.
Alright, cool. So that's gonna do. Not bad. 7 radiant damage, and then 6, 5 is 11, 18 slashing damage.
As you slash
play that
into
the other way
it,
around?
it lets go of the Duke's arm that was in its teeth before, and just snarls at you.
And I attack again.
Is the damage still showing up on the other thing?
No, it's its reaction.
Okay, and now it has a there is the target sheds
Oh.
dim light in a 5-foot radius.
It's not a reaction. So yes, thanks for having me check.
Welcome.
Adam, blink, blink, blink.
It for what it's worth, it takes the full damage. So it's not like it's actually mitigating damage, but it's splitting it across the two of them instead.
And it no longer has its resistance because it's in bright light now. Is that?
No, it's only a dim light.
It's
Yeah,
still-
the target sheds dim light in a 5-foot
but
radius.
your torch has bright light, and it's.
It's not because of the mist, which was
Oh.
previously discussed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does between the torch and the branding smite does it
It's dim plus dim.
dim plus
baby.
dim equals bright?
Nope, you got a candle over here and a candle over there.
Yeah, you put 2 candles together, you can see way better.
How much damage on the second attack? Or did you
I
make the second attack?
second attack is a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Cool. I'm gonna do a smite.
Dim plus dim, baby. Just like this.
Is he a
No.
fiend or undead?
See, no.
Special
Why-
day, being
why-
a dead plant.
Why
What
would
about a
you? Why
plant?
would you? I can't believe you've done this.
Oh, what?
So that's 11 radiant damage,
Probably
and then 16 slashing damage.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna have
Okay.
this one.
You see the radiant
What?
glint off of the crystal person that you now see in the back, and
So
there's just
you
a, like
can move
you guys that are back here that
Well,
don't
yeah,
see
he
him
does take
yet,
the damage.
just see a bright, and it's like a Technicolor Dreamcoat really quick, and then it's gone. As Farmer Dan hit this one, that one shone.
What the fuck was that?
Weird.
And then
What?
I'm going to use my other 10 feet to kind of push further this way.
Here.
Yes.
Okay.
Real quick, how far am I from this fucking thing?
10, 20, 30, 30.
Okay.
And then technically I am concentrating on Branding Smite because that's what gives him the 5-foot light.
Okay.
That's
else?
movement action, bonus action. That's everything.
Elysian.
How close can I get to see the gym doing?
You have dark vision, yes?
Yes.
You can stand here. This is actually there, so this is like a block in the path. So I'd say if you stand here, you can see him, but he's going to get cover, which might not matter for some of your spells, but some of it you would. So if you want to attack him with like the card as an example, he will get 3/4 cover, which is a bonus to his AC. But if you attack him with something that makes him make his save, it won't apply.
So I'm gonna do Wall of Fire.
Oh yeah, that'll fucking.
Yeah.
See, here.
Walk your ass.
Okay, so wall of fire implies that you are going to put a wall of fire. That is how long?
60 feet long,
Holy fuck!
20 feet high, and 1 foot thick, or a ringed wall up to 20 feet in a diameter.
So this is 60 feet. Do you want it like that? Or do you want it? You can move it however you want to.
Or can I just like ring around?
You can do it. It literally is your choice.
It's your wall.
That's up to this is the number of little blocks that you can use.
Wall of Fire is such a cool spell.
Yeah.
So it's your choice. If you want, you can just literally do this
I remember.
and literally say fuck this guy. But if he moves past it, then he's not in your wall of fire anymore.
I know.
You also will designate which side's the hot side. So it only causes damage on one side of the wall, not the other.
And it's opaque, so no one can target him if you need to see once
Correct.
he's inside on the other side of the wall.
They can't see you and you can't see him. But
I'll just do the
Which
line.
doesn't matter, but it sometimes does.
Yeah, I remember the first sorcerer I played. I did the wall of fire against like this Yanti guy. It was so cool.
like this?
I love this spell.
That's fine.
Okay. And this side's the hot side or this side's the hot side?
Everything on the hot side is what takes damage. So
Do you want to attack the crystal guy or the guy who's killing Batuk?
Well, the crystal guy, because no one's gonna attack.
There you
him.
go.
hot
So it'll
side
be
is
hot
that
side on his side.
So hot side on that side.
Okay. Yeah.
Everything within 10 feet of it, which he is within, will take damage, I believe, at the start of their turn. Every creature, let me see.
when the
When the
wall
wall
appears.
appears. So I need to make a dexterity save for this homie.
getting hot in here.
This guy's dexterity.
You're still in pit, right?
Yes.
He fails, so you can go ahead and roll damage,
Is it
which
this
is 5d8.
that's D10. So you want these boys.
one? Oh, these boys.
Am I
That way,
resistant
yeah.
to fire?
The ones I didn't pull out.
I'm certainly not.
Wait, how many am I supposed to do? 5?
5d8, I think. Yeah.
5d8.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 4th level spell.
That it is.
Yeah, we used to like to do a wall of fire with sickening radiance inside of it.
And then I don't add
And then a
anything,
wall
right?
of force outside the
So
wall
it's
of
a,
fire.
so it's
I
a,
think it's
so,
funny
so
how-
that's a music festival then.
I've become numb to these crazy spell bullshit you say sometimes.
That's true. I was just like, yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Whatever.
20.
What, you literally manipulate reality? Cool. What is that, like a 4th level spell?
You're like, we just don't want that guy. Just like
Okay,
waiting
so
for it to
now-
die.
So now it's just gonna burn there until it crosses to the other side, and in order to do so, it's gonna take that damage again. Also, it is no longer dim light. There's a giant fuck off wall of fire.
Now you guys can see.
Yep.
We can fucking see,
After
baby.
that is Atosh's.
I did all this work to make him a
turn.
little light. Now it's a big
I
light.
can,
It's a
you
big
can
one.
see well now because of the big firewall. Hey, Batuk, you want to fail a save?
Sure.
Vortex work.
Where are you putting him?
The other side of this guy.
Here?
With 5 feet distance, so he's 10 feet away.
Out of attack of opportunity distance, I
Or,
believe.
yeah,
is what you're-
however it needs to be for his long arm bullshit.
Who's long arm bullshit?
It's everybody's long arm bullshit. Yeah, I feel like this enemy was there for him to just be like, yeah, it's fucking annoying.
No, I'm just kidding.
It would be literally Batuk, and then on the other side of the parking lot is this thing, and they're both pointing at each other, but they can both reach
Yep.
each other.
So they're like,
It's E.T. phone home.
Yeah, this is
40 feet away.
yeah. Long arm, bro.
it's just two Mr. Fantastics, like with the Spider-Man meme,
Yeah.
but from
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else, Atosh?
No, that's all Atosh is gonna do this turn.
It is the Gem Stalker's turn. He doesn't know what the fuck a wall of fire is, I don't think. Let's see. Is he smart? He is smart! Oh shit. What's he gonna do?
Wait.
What?
I'm gonna prepare cards.
Okay.
Thanks. Continue.
You do.
Forgot it didn't.
Does it take the damage again at the start of its turn, or when it tries to?
If it ends its turn there or crosses through the thing.
Okay.
Which I mean, it's not really.
Unless it's gonna cross through the thing, it's gonna end its turn there anyway.
Well, if it's in within 10 feet of the wall, it's gonna take the damage at the end of its turn.
10 feet of the wall on
Go ahead and roll
that side.
damage for the wall of fire as it careens through and is heading at your towards your
Like a
direction.
20, like a D20.
No,
No, that's-
Roll 5d8 again.
5d8. It ran straight through your wall of fire.
Wait, doesn't it have to like see if it fails or not?
No, it just ran
No.
through it.
Oh,
So
It really- it just-
it fails. It takes 5d8.
fuck! Not good.
That's
Alright.
that's okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Give me a number less than 19 for no particular reason. 18?
18.
Yes! What? Wait, actually? Hit point, baby! It's his turn!
Motherfucker!
He gets to do it! He gets to do it! Yes!
Fuck!
So he was here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Ha! As he's running up to you,
I'm about to bad deal.
a
What sound does a crystal
crystal
make
dart
when it runs?
shoots off of his shoulder at
Does it go
you.
chink, 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 like armor?
I'm making an attack roll on you. You get a bad day it?
It's a 6.
It's a 6. You want to also bad day it?
No.
Okay, what is your AC?
14.
Because of the portent, it misses.
Woo!
Then it's going to continue. That's a bonus action. It's going to continue to run at you, and then it's going to make 4 claw attacks against you. To be clear, this is not the threat of the two of them. That guy is.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he still has 4 attacks.
I feel like that sometimes, you know?
Your AC is 14. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so far 3 hits. 3.
It's fine.
4 hits.
4 to 4. Pretty bad.
It's fine.
Maybe. So you take
Oh shit, I can't see anything. God damn
Bad
it. I
day
can't-
it?
which one? 1 through 4.
I guess it doesn't matter.
It does. Some of them barely hit you, some of them didn't, and I know which one's which. Because I always assign, this one is always the first roll, this one's always the second roll, and this one's always the third roll. The 4th, I will give you for free, the 4th roll is going to hit you, not because it crit, but because it was a very high roll. One of the 3 of them is a bad roll, and if you bad day it and roll highly enough, you can negate one of the 3.
Let's do number 1.
Number 1 was the low one. So go ahead and roll a d6. You need a 4.
2!
Okay, so it doesn't help. Because he has a +5 to hit, or 6 to hit for the melees. So
Can I fat day again?
No, it's your reaction to do so.
Yeah.
3, 27, 39 points of damage as it claws into you 4 times.
And 4 concentration checks for the wall of fire.
Oh yeah, also true.
Did any of them do more than 20 damage?
No, but you can still have to.
Right, beat 10 each
every
time.
time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
So go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw 4 times. If you roll below a 10 on any of them, wall of fire is going to go away.
And that's just a 20.
D20, add your Constitution saving modifier.
Just 3.
So if you roll below a 7,
Shoot.
it will go away.
Well, I rolled a 7, so 10.
Exactly 10.
Below a 7, so you're good.
But
You need a
plus
6.
so 10.
Yeah, exactly. You need a 6 or below to fail.
That's cocked.
It's a technically a 20.
That's cocked.
But a 2. Or do you want me to re-roll my cock?
If it's cocked, then re-roll.
Yeah.
19.
Okay, that's 2,
7.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
One more.
3.
Okay. Wall of fire
well,
on the
6. But that's
on the last one. Wall of fire
Yeah.
will disappear.
10d8 to that thing. That's like,
It has 1 hit point.
one fucking.
I even said the amount of health
Yep.
that it had before she rolled the damage.
You shouldn't have said it. You jinxed me.
Actually, you rolled the damage already,
And then you said.
And
you
that
literally
is-
called it.
that is its turn. Felix, it is your turn.
Cool. Yikes. Get me in there, coach.
30.
30, cool. Give me, I will dash to be next to Elysian.
Yeah, this is 30. So you are next to her, but you want to get like all the way?
I want to be able to be a target,
Sure.
basically.
Okay.
Can you just
That's my turn.
Solid.
Get me in there.
Zadius. You have a bonus action?
I've already got my scimitar on, so no.
Okay.
Isn't my concentration?
Thank you for asking.
Isn't my concentration dropped?
Yeah.
Yes. From the 4 attacks that it mauled you with.
fine,
I'm
I
going
still got
to move my bird cat for the help action.
On which person?
The claw person.
This one?
Yep. And then we're gonna. Damn it! Didn't mean to do that.
Hilariously, the Gem Stalker's gonna take some of the damage for that guy and just fucking die.
Mm-hmm.
21 to hit.
Yes, that hits. The Gem Stalker takes 1 point of damage. And
Hit point.
the Hungry is gonna take 1 less point of damage.
Well, bye.
So 9
I need you to say a number below 19. 18.
He literally called it.
Gotta make
plus
sure.
25 damage.
So 24 damage. Suck it. Ooh! It's Dim again! 12 damage! Is any of it psychic or anything?
All of it should be psychic.
Yeah.
All of it is psychic?
Yeah.
I don't think he does
20
anything against that.
24 damage.
Oh man. Bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Fine.
And then 21 to hit for the next throw.
Also hits.
And 5 damage for that one.
Is that one also psychic?
Yeah, they're both psychic
Okay.
blades.
Anything else?
That's it.
Batuk, it
So
is your turn.
I pull out my whip. And I hit him for 15.
Hey, watch you,
away.
Nene. Watch you, Nene.
I'm
Anyway.
When a problem comes along, you must whip it.
25.
Was it in your sack?
No. I carry that one on my belt.
Okay, Trevor.
I'm just picturing you go, whip!
It's Warhammer, whip,
Indiana
and spear.
Jones over
All
here.
of
When
them.
a problem comes along, you must whip it. Swoosh.
Sure, so you whip it.
25.
25 hits.
Whip it good.
It's gonna be 10 damage.
5 damage.
And I'm gonna whip him again.
Sure.
That one is 21 to hit
Also hits.
for 7 damage.
Okay.
Um,
Wait, not 7 damage, 3 damage.
And And then
Gotta keep half and stuff.
trying to think if I want to spend any of my bonus action. I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna hang out there.
Okay. So let me ask this weird question. Do either of you have any expended hit dice?
Me? No.
Yes.
You do? Technically, yes.
Thanks, Sword. You're my
Um,
best friend.
So, the hungry
Yes, friend.
can sense that.
It's
Is the
such
only
an
way that I can
asshole.
say it. He will attack the person with lesser hit, with the most expended hit dice. So, first attack is going to be the claw.
Ah.
The claw. The claw will be an 11 to hit. So it'll
Yeah, that
miss.
will miss.
The bite will be also a miss. That's his turn.
Nice.
It's your turn.
Okay.
I really want to turn. So now my turn.
I would like it to make.
It's about to be.
Actually, no. I would like to try and firebolt it.
Okay.
That's 19 plus shit.
Yep, that hits.
I'm gonna roll my
2d10?
2d10. Yeah, the weird ones. So it's 5 fire damage.
5, but it actually takes the whole thing fire damage.
Yes.
Anything else?
No.
Farm it in.
Alright, cool.
Actually, wait. No, I would like to move up 10 feet. Yes.
It was very good of you to shunt him off of the arm of this thing.
Mm.
I had a feeling.
He would have bit you again
Yeah.
with advantage.
And I would have gone unconscious per usual.
No.
I'm gonna swing.
It's too early in the session for that.
Or eaten me.
That's a 20
20 hits.
and 14.
14 will miss. Can you do less than 4 hit points if you're halved?
That I mean, I rolled 10 on the dice.
Okay, so no. Awesome. Would you like to call the kill on this guy? He's very hungry. His mouth is a gaping.
His mouth is agape, and as he kind of reaches out with his claw, I slice his arm through, and it sends it into the mouth, and it's just kind of sticky in there.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay.
It's like Doom Glory.
his-
He
Kill
kills
Side.
himself with his own
so
arm.
to be clear, his it's not really a claw like one appendage claw. It's a hand that is also a claw, and it's just
Yeah.
So his hand is just poking out of his helmet of a head. The like it's very the mouth on this thing is very like Doom Eternal, like that Juggernaut looking guy where it's like very stretched out.
Mhm.
I think I'm describing the right guy. I think it's Doom.
I'm trying to think which one you talked about. Okay.
Maybe it's not. It's one of those horror type games. Anyway,
You know what it is? It's dead. That's what
It is in fact. It's no longer hungry. It is dead.
You can't be hungry when you're dead.
Very well done, everyone. You have slain the hungry and the gemstalker. I will reveal that if anybody had healed during that, you would have pissed it off.
I almost did heal on my turn.
You would have pissed it off. He probably would have killed you if you healed.
Yeah.
But
Like-
instead,
like-
I used hit die earlier because sword.
Like killed or unconscious killed.
If a creature the hungry can see or regains hit points, the hungry gains 2 benefits until the end of its next turn. I'm not going to read what they are, but they're bad.
They're bad.
They're bad.
Because there might be more hungry in here. What you do
Shit,
see
we didn't grab any Snickers.
in the aftermath, what you do see in the aftermath
Where are
of
the
this
Snickers?
is 2 things. First and foremost, the crystal golem-like guy. Now that you're not fighting for your life with these guys, you see that this crystal golem is actually there's like a normal-sized person encased in this crimson large crystal that is like had been mechanic like mecha piloting.
Like
this-
Attack on
this-
Titan-esque, sort of
Yeah.
like.
The other thing you notice is that the hungry had normal humanoid features that you can kind of pick out in certain instances. The long elven ears, the tall and proper physique. These certainly were at one point some sort of humanoid. They are no longer.
What does the guy in the crystal mecha look like? Can I tell, or is it too obscured within all the...
Within the crystal, you can't really, you just see a shadow of the person, so you can see that there is a person within the crystal.
Can I see a shadow of, like, elf ears, or...
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Would this be a disadvantage because of Wraith and Periscope?
No.
Okay.
Because you're right up on there.
18 plus... Do I... And then, sorry, for this, do I use the Raven's perception or my own?
Yours, because you're looking through its eyes.
Okay. So my perception is... 1. So 19.
19. Inside of here, you see the figure's too small to be an elf, so it's... and it's not stout enough to be a dwarf. So it's either a halfling or a gnome. You're not... Maybe a goblin. You're not sure. One of the smaller races is encased within this crystal.
But to discern more than that, I'd probably have to break open this thing.
You'd have. So the reason why you can't really tell is within it it's you can see the shadow of the physique within it, because you're looking through a like 80% opaque crimson crystal in order to see this guy.
Yeah.
Does this look to be the same color crystal as what we are kind of looking for?
It's darker red.
Okay.
But presumably, I mean, it's not. This certainly is not a natural crystal.
And this thing's like freaking huge, so we can't just take it.
Yes. So the gem stalker is a large one. The hungry is actually a medium, but it's more fun to be not medium in that instance. But the gem stalker is actually like a whole hunkin' crystal with a dude inside.
Did any pieces of it like pop off that we could collect?
Several. So whenever it was hit, it would shatter like glass and would break, and then like it would shatter, and then if you ever seen obsidian break, where it like becomes extremely sheer and sharp. So you would surmise that like the bits that are broken off are also probably razor sharp if you don't pick it up properly.
Probably make good arrowheads.
Obsidian was used for that.
Yeah, I would like to collect a couple of those. I don't want to pick up all of them. I just want like a couple to be like, is this the thing?
Okay.
If we find anybody that knows about it.
Okay. So a handful of shards.
Yeah.
I don't think. Worst case scenario, you take like 5 damage, so I'm not going to bother making you roll to pick up some shards of glass. I mean, it is not like the easiest thing to do, but it's also, if you're careful, you're fine. It has also been, I'll say, 2 hours of walking as well as this fighting within this cave, and those of you that are arcane will lose 1 more spell slot.
Oh, great.
This is fun.
That's lovely.
So you know what? Bonfire is a cantrip. So I'll blast bonfire.
Is there anything else you'd like to look at in this vicinity? So this is an actual like cubby little area here, and then it does continue on the main pathway over there.
The place where the gem guy came out of the wall, does it look like the other ones, or does it look like the other ones were harvested versus popped out?
Are you saying does it look like the other veins that they mined a crystal out of? So, no. Distinctly, he broke out of the wall, but behind that bit of wall, there's a steel chair that is broken at the. There was arms on it, and the arms are broken off of it. The chair is intact altogether, but the chair is like not embedded in the wall, but like. The chair was against the wall, and the crystal grew over the wall and encased itself. Is what you're able to pick up, and you see near that that there is a very there's a normal sized needle for the syringe, but there's a large vial about yay big that has a red residue there, but this one's not a powder; it's a liquid.
I'm gonna take that.
Okay. And it is like a very, very small amount. So just the slightest trace. It's mostly like the glass is tinted red rather than there's anything left inside of it.
So he more like Kool-Aid Man out of there. Versus
Yeah. So go ahead and make an investigation check. I'll allow 2 rolls or 1 at advantage.
You want me to help you, or?
Go ahead and roll your own.
Farmerdad's so good at this.
Mm-hmm.
You roll first.
That's 20.
I got 16.
20 and 16.
I would have had a 1.
It's
Never.
pretty good. It's pretty good.
It is positive.
Mm-hmm.
The Kool-Aid Man is there. So, with the 20, for sure, what you gather is 2 things. One, you very quickly glean over that these, at one point, had some sort of structure over them that have been broken down, but they've been smashed down and obliterated. Like something was angry that it was put in here. Presumably, maybe even this guy that was extremely hungry. The other thing you notice is that there is over on this side there's a different series of it's not syringes, but it looks like makeup aloe containers that are empty, that are very, very slightly tinted red, and those are just strewn here. And with a 20, I will say you're able to glean that they put these guys here and then shut the door real fucking fast.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't know how, I wouldn't say you know how long the transformation takes. But they got out of Dodge very quickly. The carcass that was being eaten was some sort of a mule that it's hard to tell what it is at this point because it's been absolutely snapped into. So you're just looking at a carcass with one hoofed leg, and you're
it's a bunch of viscera at this point.
Yeah.
Could be a donkey, could be a horse, could be a centaur.
Yeah.
Could be a really fucked up person. Could be a furry.
I'll take the containers that we find as well, just to see what we can analyze later if we need to. And then I'm looking pretty injured. I don't know if anybody else got hit very hard. But
You almost got fucking.
To be fair, I still have more hit points than
Donkeyed.
Atosh.
Oh, he's not even here and he's catching strays. How much health do you have still?
47.
Oh my god, she does!
It's not even close.
It's not even a joke, it's actually...
yeah, I have
If
15,
Atosh rolls
so-
max on his next level up, she'll still have more hit points.
Yeah. Are you saying that to him? Aww. I'm sorry.
You don't just get to roast him and then.
I'm sorry. I take it back. Delete what I said. Not do it. Backspace. No backspace. That's a lot of typing. No. Oh man.
Unless we're gonna try to stop for a short rest soon, I will probably need to do some healing for myself at the very least.
Something was funny.
Yeah, I think we keep going, but
He's
does
like-
do a little bit of
Facebook message.
Yeah.
do a little bit of healing.
Okay.
My man's catching strays.
How low are you?
Also,
I'm down 20 still.
if you would have healed yourself, he wouldn't have cared about the hit dice thing. He would have been mad that you healed, so he would have attacked you. So
Yeah.
you probably would have.
I almost did heal. I was
would
thinking.
have fucked yourself
I was thinking
up.
about spending my bonus action to heal.
I'll give you 15.
All right. That works.
Yeah, that would have been real bad.
I put the whip back in my belt to pull out Bashy.
You're one true love.
Okay. So, is there anything else in this vicinity that you'd like to look at, try to discern, find out?
What's up with the chair? I want to look at that chair.
Okay.
Does it just look like a regular old chair?
So
with
it
arms?
is an iron chair. I would say so. Rather than continuing to look at the chair, because it is you go over it is just a normal iron chair, but it had arms and it no longer does. You go over to the small creature within the crystal, and it looks like the arms of the chair are still attached, So you see like a long stick pointing out of like this, out of where his arm was, and it looks like that's just where he was held while this was happening to him.
Okay. I take my spear and
There's-
just kinda, like, look at the chair and try to tip it over.
It falls.
Okay.
Noticeably, there is no there's no bed or chair or any place where this person was sitting before they turned into that other thing.
That's it. I can't think of anything else that I would want to look at.
Okay. So I would like somebody at the table to roll a d4.
3.
3.
Okay.
Because I'm guessing you guys are continuing onward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. With a 3, you take you stay to the outside a little bit and you take an offshoot, thinking it's the main path because it is a wider one, but it ends up being a dead end. That there are some resources here that have been left and forgotten, and there's 3 things that are of note. There's like odds and ends, like some clothing, some mundane tools for mining, but the significant pieces of information are there's a like a gas mask looking apparatus. That there's a series of switches and buttons on the right hand side, and on the left hand side there's a large canister. It doesn't go over, like, there's no goggles to it, it's just, it would cup just above the nose and then down below the chin. And then there's a leather strap that ties around the back. There's there's one of these spindle mining tools that you guys have been yearning for, and there's a potion.
What color is the potion?
Great question.
Can I get a vibe check on this potion?
It passes the vibe check. I don't know. What are you looking for the potion? For you specifically?
I've seen some potions.
Okay, it's not a healing potion.
It's not a healing potion. Cool. I've seen some non-healing potions in my day.
So it is a bluish purple potion. More blue than purple. It's in a the flask is in like a flat bottom, like beaker style, with a solid wooden cork that is corking the top of it. But I don't think anybody's alchemically inclined in this party to discern it by non-magical means.
Nope. I am herbalism inclined, but depending on what kind of potion it is, that may or may not help.
It wouldn't.
I could ask for the potion.
My
what
main-
potion it is in
The main
Draconic.
thing I was looking for was, is it red? Is it,
It is not. It is
is
not
it
red.
liquid drugs?
It is not red.
Who wants to have wildcard bitches potion?
I mean, I can take it and put it next to my other potions.
But who's just gonna drink a potion in the middle of combat, having no idea what it does?
Farmer Dan.
Farmer Dan.
That's true.
Potion of blue.
Alright, yeah,
Slash
yeah, hold on to
You-
the blue
Potion
potion.
of blurple.
You can ritually identify this if you want to take the 10 minutes.
Yeah, I need to.
Yeah, I
do
wouldn't
that
be
if we were
upset
taking
about
10
that.
minutes.
Okay. Okay. So after the 10 minutes passes, it is a potion of lesser restoration.
Hey!
Oh, nice.
During that 10 minutes, I want to play around with this gas mask.
Okay. And by that, do you mean you're just pushing a bunch of levers and stuff?
I'm like,
So what are you doing? So there's I shouldn't say levers. There's 3 like those thin like you know the cool cockpit levers that they push and they're like
The
thin,
switches?
the thin little switchy one though.
Yeah.
But like with just the point out, there's 3 of those and then there's 1 button on the side.
yeah, I'm just kind of playing around with it, trying to like Are there any words on it?
No.
Okay. I'm just trying to understand like what it does by just dicking around.
Okay, make an investigation check.
I'm so good at these. That's a 2.
A 2. The only thing that you managed to pull off for sure is when you. I would say you're not going about this in a systematic approach.
Nope. I'm
you
just.
gotta flip the switches.
I flipped all the switches at once, and then things
And then press the
happened,
button.
and I don't know what it does.
The only thing that you saw was that there is a small puff of a smoke that pops out and into where the face would be if you were wearing it, and it goes like think like the Febreze little things that.
A little auto puffer.
Yeah.
Um,
What does the smoke smell like? Does it smell like happy smoke?
I don't know. Does it? Do you take a big whiff?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's you can like taste it through your nostrils. It tastes like medicine, and you're like, you got like the minty, like something was cleansed, and you like, I don't know what allergies things smell like, but like maybe like that. I'm not
Like a
sure.
nasal spray.
Yeah, it might
Sure.
smell like a nasal spray.
Sure.
They're very medicine.
So it is
no.
in fact happy smoke. It's not pleasant smoke,
I
but
might have stole some of these.
And this isn't on. You're just fucking with it.
yeah, at that point I was just fucking with it. I do put it on briefly because I've slowly picked up a quest to just become the dumbest looking creative character ever made.
Sure.
But I don't think that that's something that Farmadan needs.
So you put it on. Do you do anything while it's on?
I flipped
So-
switch number 2.
Okay. It's flipped.
Do I die?
No.
This thing is garbage.
Did you say that?
I think that's a
Yeah!
You say that. You hear your voice, different language.
Wait, what?
They hear my voice different language?
They also hear you speak another language, your voice.
Is it goblin or elvish?
Plant.
No,
Yes.
he,
Is it draconic?
How many
It's-
arms
it's
does
plant.
the language
It's
have?
plant.
How big are the windows? On
It's
the light?
it's a combination between it's like the halfway point between Draconic and Abyssal. Those of you who speak Draconic understand it. Those of you who speak Abyssal understand it. If you speak both, you understand it. It sounds like so you know how like you can go to Spain and they're speaking Spanish, and you can go to Mexico and they're speaking Spanish, and you can go to Portugal and there's
They
Speaking Portuguese.
okay, my bad. I stopped. There's a third.
Yes, you did.
Puerto Rico. Puerto
Yes,
Rico
you
is
did.
the other Spanish speaking
Sure.
that doesn't even. But like you can go to all three of those and they sound fucking nothing alike.
Yeah.
It's
But the word's the same.
exactly. It's like that.
I
where
do speak Abyssal.
So
so you
infernal.
understood him say this is crap.
I speak
No.
normal languages.
I speak
I don't know.
draconic, so...
If dim equals bright,
wait, I
hold
also-
on. Then abyssal plus
So,
draconic
I
equals
flipped that
infernal.
down. It's like, alright,
Hold on, wait. So a secondary effect. Because I'm imagining that. So what is the radius on your aura?
10 feet.
Okay. Do you think anyone in the party would not be inside of that 10 feet?
I think that maybe Atosh wouldn't, just because he's off in a corner identifying a potion.
Sure. Does Atosh speak either of those two languages?
No.
And never mind.
Atosh and Felix do
'Cause-
not speak either of those languages.
What paladin are you?
Devotion?
I have to make sure that I'm not messing this up.
Mine is the charm thing.
He didn't just turn into an Oathbreaker, did he?
I was thinking.
Literally flip of a switch. All right, I'm Wolfbreaker now, guys.
Guess I'm evil. Yeah, oops.
Guess what this sword does, motherfuckers? Give me the.
So you flip it back down?
Yeah.
Nothing seems to happen.
And do you want to speak English, or do you want to speak Common now after, or
Flip switch number 3. I thought I was speaking common.
no?
You get the puff of smoke in your face. You just hear.
Menthol.
What the fuck is menthol?
Tell you when you're older.
But I'm older than this guy. I don't even know how old you are. But whatever.
Not very old.
So there was the potion, the mask, and what else?
And the spindle mining tool. If you
Definitely
The mask that he's wearing, or
Yes, it's a so I think you're upstairs. It's like a gas mask that only covers the bottom of the face. It doesn't have like goggles for the eyes.
It makes you talk like this.
It's less cool than that because that one's
he
just
puts
like
it on.
that's like a goatee of a thing. This
Is
is
it-
like a whole
Oh,
face
this is
strap.
bad.
Yeah.
Is
At
it
this
like
point, I've
full-
actually gone through and I'm now testing this in like the way that you should be testing it. I'm just like, okay, now option
Maybe
one.
you shouldn't be fucking with that.
I am not.
Because, like, we know they've been doing
Maybe
experiments
you
on
shouldn't-
people, and we just met 2 creatures that seem like maybe they
Felix.
were once people, and
Felix.
now they're not people.
Felix.
And you're putting a thing
Felix.
on your face.
Felix.
Hear me out.
Take a look at who you're trying to convince, and then just come to the. Honestly,
I like Dan. I don't want him to fucking die or
Hear
turn
me
into a
out.
monster.
You're not going to
I'm not
convince.
gonna die.
Once you begin talking, you hear a voice that's not. It is your voice, totally different language. I do know that nobody understands this language. I do also need a charisma saving throw from Atosh.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh wow.
oh boy.
Uh-oh.
He gets advantage on charisma saves.
How does he?
Oh. See if
7. Atosh is charmed by Farmer Dan. You
Yo.
you say some words in
Oh boy.
some language, and you're not. So you begin to speak and you're like, those aren't fucking words, and you just stop because you're like, what the fuck? And you see Atosh look up for the potion. Goes back to working, but he's like waiting for you to say or do something.
Gas mask of godness. Guess I flip that back down. Stay touch still.
He's still looking at you. I mean, he's still working on his potion. He's still a normal.
You good, buddy?
I'm great.
no problem.
Potion's almost ready.
Cool.
Ritually casting spells over here.
Push
Why
a
do
button.
You, why do you need something? You push the button. There's, best I can describe, there's a quick jolt of electricity that crosses from one ear to the other of Atosh. And the charm ends, and he doesn't seem to notice anything changed. Continues working.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Oh, that's. Take that
I
off.
don't
Like,
like that at all. For what it's worth, you also don't know that that's what was happening. I need to say it
yeah.
because if he was here, I'd have to tell him that he was.
Yeah.
You've now spoken in 3 different languages, only one of which you speak.
Guys, this match makes me really smart.
Nah, I wouldn't go that far.
Maybe we should identify that next after the potion.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me here. I'll
potion is
get
now
working on that.
identified.
Here, let me see it.
Okay.
Can I
Do you
do
let
it?
him see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Are you ritually casting or casting?
Ritually casting.
Okay,
Yeah.
so another 10 minutes crosses. This is not magical. It's strictly mechanical.
Just a mechanical fucking thing.
Yo, this is cool as fuck, guys.
I just look at it and try. Wow.
Anybody want a gas mask?
I mean, if nobody wants it, I'll hold on to it.
It's super fucking rad.
I won't wear it, so
I
if you
don't.
want it, you can have it.
I'll hold on to it for now.
You gonna use a gas mask?
You never know, I guess.
Okay.
Your
Yeah,
gas
go
must
for
have blows gas into your own face.
I am gonna
Yeah.
take the tool, the mining.
It's
tool.
empty.
I'm gonna take the mining tool.
What if it puffs like the red powder from the drug in your mouth and then you get all doped up? Maybe it's like a controlling device.
That's why I don't plan on wearing it right at this moment.
Well, I kind of got a sense that you're not wrong. It kind of is a controlling device, but it doesn't control you. You control others.
Huh.
Because I flipped the switch, and then Atosh is like, and then I pressed the button. There's a little bit of zzz, and then he stopped being all.
Okay, hold on. Cray's fucking confused at this right now because, like, you said this is not magical, but how the fuck is a purely mechanical thing doing that to somebody? Is Cray's? Would I have any idea as to make any hypothesis as to, like, maybe there's a component
Science.
that this works
Which-
with, or
The freebie is that this crystal has been entire. So the crystal is
bitch.
technically non-magical.
mm-hmm,
It would register as non-magical with identify or detect magic,
mm-hmm.
but it has it has been discussed previously that this has biological components to it. This has chemical components to it. This has the closest you can get to magic without being magic within this crystal.
Mm. And that's like
If you were to take it apart, that's the only way you could figure out why, non-magically, what the fuck's going on in here.
mm-hmm.
But you also saw them building tools and weapons in the in Stockhold.
Yeah. Okay. Again, that I probably would.
So I think So I think the freebie I would give you is that without taking it apart, the intuition would say that it has something to do with the crystal that these people are very, very adamant about getting. You also know from Atosh that the crystal, the people that they've been procuring have all been magically inclined.
That's true. That's true.
Oh wow. I'm gonna hang on to this. Any objections?
So you gonna use it?
I'm sure there'll come a time.
Seems rad as shit. It makes you so smart. Wait, you don't need something that makes you smart.
No objections. I'm gonna hold on to the mask.
We should give it to the least smart person here,
I'm holding on to the mask.
Zadius.
I am holding on to the mask. Side note, I still have the screwdriver, by the way, if anybody... I just realized I'm still holding this. I don't know if anybody in particular wanted this for anything, but, like...
I won't even say it.
It just...
What does the
just came out,
screwdriver
man.
do again?
It's
It's a fucking plus
It
two.
had to be an
all per-
artificer
Oh,
to
I
be attuned
assumed you
to.
gave it back. I assume I had it back.
Oh,
So you threw it into the building and
I just never gave it back, but I
Yeah,
just...
By the
I-
way, this mouse is
literally-
trying to go in this spot. There's a screwdriver. You
It's
want
like,
this?
oh yeah, that reminded... Like, there was... Oh,
It
yeah.
says, hey!
So I'll... Yeah, there you go.
Those are the things of note in this little offshoot. You notice it does come to a dead end, and you can go back to the main pathway.
I do think it's a good idea to make Zadius smarter. I know it's something he's been working on for a while.
I am holding on to the mask.
You
Power
guys,
changes you.
you guys continue
Yes.
on into the entrance, and I need somebody to roll a d6 for me, please.
3.
The loud machine has never stopped it. It has gotten progressive. It's not like you're getting into a concert room and the concert is like blowing up. You know what I mean? But it is progressively getting louder the further you travel in.
Also, I was absent for part of the description of this thing. If you could...
There's like a very methodical, mechanical.
No,
I would
I'm
say
sorry, I meant the mask.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
I was absent for part of
there are
that.
3 switches, and one button,
and one
on
button.
the right-hand side. There's a canister on the left-hand side. The things that you know. Switch number 1 makes you speak in a language that nobody at the table speaks. Switch number 2 speaks to both Draconic and Abyssal. Switch number 3 gives you the mist.
Mental.
And then and then the button that is on the right side of the mask zapped Atosh like a tinge.
Switch number 1 also charmed Atosh.
I thought that was switch 2.
Nope.
No.
Switch one.
Switch 2 is the first one I tried. And that was just
Yep, correct.
I
You
started
went
speaking
2,
a
1,
language.
3.
Yeah, and then I started speaking a language that I already knew.
So what? So one did,
One did language that nobody at the table speaks.
2 did language and charmed.
No, 1 did language nobody speaks and charmed. 2 did abyssal draconic. 3 did menthol.
The spritz.
And then the button did.
Bzz.
It did cancel charm.
Okay.
And
So
for all we
I-
know, Atosh is dead.
He's right there.
I was talking
And we don't
about
know what the mist
Atosh,
does.
not Atosh.
What was that?
We don't know what the mist did, if anything.
Nope, not yet.
Oh my god. You got me. You got me good.
I'm sorry, I just wasn't present for the
Yeah,
whole
no, it's all
description of
good.
it. I just okay.
So you rolled a 6.
You
I
better
don't
not
agree.
be or I'll
I
kill
got
everyone here.
3.
Atosh says.
That,
I needed to
that
do
seems a
6
little
because there's only
extreme.
3 options.
I didn't
so it's
kill him.
1, 1, 2. So I was doing 1, 1,
I
2,
don't
2.
think-
3.
Well,
Three,
then just
three.
don't
So
get in the
I'm
way when I
actually
throw
happy.
my fireball.
So you continue down, and you come across a rusted track
know
with
what
an
the
old
way
but
is.
seemingly functional mining cart with like there are 3 in total mining carts that are attached by trolley.
They're mining redstone. It's a Minecraft server.
It is. And it does lead further down into this mines. If you would like to use it, you're welcome to try. But it is rusted. It looks functional.
Looks being the operative word there.
Is this kind of the main? Is this where the main path takes us, and it just kind of dead ends into this essentially?
No, it continues, but this track would go the same path.
Okay.
For how long they would continue, you're not certain, but at this present time, the main path that you've been going, and there's these offshoots, and they go maybe 40 feet out, and they come back, maybe 30 feet out, come back, some 60 feet out, and come back, and then it dead ends. There's this mine cart that continues down this path that you've been walking for the past, at this point, 3 hours.
Are there's room next to the mine cart that we could walk along it?
Yeah.
No. I'd probably do that.
Cannon down here, or is there just one upstairs?
There's one over here.
Okay.
Yeah, I would not want to climb into a rusty mine cart.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
You want to go on the roller coaster?
No,
I would. I'm down.
Okay, bye.
You're more than welcome to, buddy.
You can.
It's just a minecart and it's just going down the path that we're going down.
So far.
Oh boy.
I'd be down for a minecart minigame.
Oh boy.
This isn't fucking Crash Bandicoot or anything like that, man.
You can't prove that.
Yes, I can.
It's about to be Rainbow Road.
I walk
I'm just
along the
scrolling
road
down
because
the
everybody
tracks,
else fell
like
the
next
fuck
to the
off.
tracks.
I'll be taking the cart with me.
She's rolling alongside.
You're gonna wagon with you?
I was about to say it is.
Picturing a
It does
wagon.
need oil, so it's like. You realize quickly the brake is on. Take that off, and it makes less squeaking, but still is squeaky.
I realized the brake was on. Get on me.
You're like, this is far too heavy for wood.
I-
I've moved wood before.
I guess it is a land vehicle.
You are proficient in. It is technically not a vehicle, but the way your brain is working, it might be. So.
It has wheels and is used
Either
to
way,
travel.
I don't
It's
think
a
this
land
is
vehicle.
breaking character for him.
Yeah. Okay, so you've
Yeah,
now
no.
got a mine cart with you as you're traveling down.
How much?
I will say, while bringing this with you, you can't stealth because it is too loud.
That's fine.
Okay.
Until somebody tells me otherwise.
This is a terrible idea.
Yeah,
As
Maybe
the
we
resident
should just leave that
stealth
behind,
boy.
buddy.
yeah, that,
But-
know.
I like the cart.
Yeah, but it's really.
What if I need to
fucking-
bring things?
It's very loud.
Yes, but what if we need to like go past things that are like really scary and might kill us?
Then what we do is we put them in the cart and we push them away.
Or, we could just, do a little sneaky beaky like past them and then not fuck with
then
them.
I can leave the cart behind whenever we get there. But
But they're gonna hear us before we hear them.
there's so many noises here. How would they hear us?
All right, if we get killed, I'm blaming you.
Yeah.
We're not.
We already be dead.
Yeah, whenever
Why?
afterlife we find ourselves in, I'm gonna be like,
What
fuck
if we
that
need to
guy.
take things?
We all have hands and backpacks.
But this is like a mega backpack.
Yeah, you know what else? Yeah, exactly.
We have the pouch of holding.
What the fuck are we gonna carry out here in this thing?
Big thing.
Like,
I don't know, a dragon's head.
I don't think a dragon's
You said
head's
there
gonna
weren't
fit
any
in
evil
there.
dragons down here.
Yeah, but I have a range.
Oh, is that how it is?
Yeah, it's a range. I can't just tell you where every evil dragon is in the known universe. Sorry, I
Sounds
can't
like
do
a
that on
you
demand.
problem, huh?
Say I can. They're up north in the war we started.
Yeah.
Can you tell the exact locations of all of them?
Nope.
Also, there's some elsewhere. There's some out west. East.
You are west.
We are the west.
East.
I thought you said west. There is one out west.
I thought
He owns a magic shop and he's an asshole.
he took a shit on his lawn though, so I think he has kind of a right to be pissed off at you a little bit.
When did I take a shit on his lawn?
Like the first night we got there.
Listen, you can bring
When?
the cart if you can get it to be quieter. How about that?
I mean,
I'm
he
going
can
to
always
spend time on this cart.
He can always push it
He
in his
said
direction.
time.
Time!
Screwdriver!
What's that gonna do? You need oil.
Screwdriver!
Sure, buddy.
I've seen people fix things and they use a screwdriver.
Sometimes.
That's not how those work.
And just whacking with the wheel.
I mean,
He's
go
literally
for it.
doing
What
like.
are you trying to do?
I'm gonna try to unscrew the wheel and then screw it back in. And I'm gonna put a little bit of water on it because I don't have oil.
Oh yeah, that'll
You
fix it.
spit on it.
I've got a bit of like farmer's intuition of how to fix things
I know,
shittily.
I'm asking.
I have alchemist fire.
what a statement. The farmer's rights of knowing how to fix shit.
I have alchemist fire. I don't suppose that would be lubrication at all.
I do have a torch, and the torch has a little bit of oil in it. In theory.
The rag of.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I
been
could like
burning for
use
how
and
long?
use.
No,
I
it's
have
not.
many torches. So many torches. I have the best torches.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use the rags off one of the torches. I'm gonna use that actually as the lubricant.
Okay, so you have to take the wheel off first, and
Yeah.
it's rusty as fuck. I would like a we'll call this your choice, strength or dexterity.
We know which one I'm going with.
Okay, if you fail, you're likely to snap it. So
That's
if you go-
12.
I was about to say if you go too high, you'll break it. But 12 is that nice, sweet little medium area where you don't put too much torque, and you hear a, but the screw's loose, and then you're as the wheel
The
comes off.
loudest wagon ever.
And then you slather it up with your rag of oil.
Yeah.
I literally don't understand why you're doing this so bad.
On a
It's
cart.
all-
I get it, but like you don't need a cart.
Not yet.
Does the cart have a name?
No. Why would I name a cart?
Bob has.
Bob is a camel, not a cart. He's a living thing.
You're just so attached to this wagon, okay?
I-
I didn't know.
It's just like it's
Carry
a
on.
perfectly good cart.
Okay, carry on.
But
Can I take a sharp rock and start drawing a dick on the side of it or something? I don't know, man.
it's wood.
Oh, it's wood. Okay.
I mean, the skeleton of it all is metal, which is what's rusted, and the wheels are obviously metal. But the wagon itself, the cart itself is wood paneled on the side. So you successfully fix one of 12 wheels.
But
Not all of them are squeaky,
Buddy.
but there's 4 wheels per car.
Listen, and Josh is like, listen. I can carry a lot of stuff if we need to.
We all
I can
have
make a big
arms.
floaty disc.
I'm not trying to say it like that, but also there's 12 fucking wheels on the wagon. Go for it.
Well, how many wheels actually need fixed?
I'll say 8. I'll say 8 in total. You succeeded
If
once.
he's gonna do this,
I-
I'm definitely carving a dick on the side of this thing.
Sure, you can do it with a
Take it
dagger.
as
I don't think
Yeah.
Akash is gonna wait for you to do this bullshit. I think he's just gonna go.
I definitely rolled a 19 plus stuff on one, and that definitely broke the wheel.
I'll say 1. I will say this. What are any rolls lower than 8?
After the plus stuff, no.
Okay, so what I'll say is you deadline the middle cart. However, you can uncouple it, move
Cool.
that cart, and couple it. You now have 2 carts that aren't ungodly squeaky. They're still. You didn't fix the whole fucking thing, but they're not. It's like a constant door squeaking. Kind of blends in with the ambiance of the shh.
I'm so proud. I've done mechanics.
And the front one has a dick
Oh my
on it.
God.
Sure does.
Yep.
There's a head on your head.
Joke's on you. The
How
front
long
one's
did
the
all
one
of
that
that
broke, and we
take?
left it behind.
You said the middle.
Enough.
Nope.
So I will say it's now been a total of 4 hours within this mine.
Okay.
Cool.
Because if we're all waiting around for him to do that, I'd be trying to take a short rest.
That's fine. I will allow
Yeah.
you to take a short rest.
After spending my key points.
The only
to
person that
myself.
can't take a short rest is yourself, Armadillo.
So
Yeah, that's
with
fine.
You're
how
busy working out on a fucking
I don't really
Minecraft.
get
You don't get temp HP then.
Is anybody else injured?
so we all
No.
lose our temp HP.
I mean, technically
No.
still. Yeah.
No, you don't lose it.
Okay.
It
heal
goes
for
away
10.
whenever I take a short rest.
Gotcha.
Are you still injured?
Does arcane
Technically,
recovery
yes.
work with whatever's going on right now?
Heal for 8.
Yes.
Okay.
Do I lose any more spell slots?
Not yet.
Okay.
Are you still injured?
Alright, gang. Let's go.
Well, I'm at 65 out of 72.
True, it has fucking
Heal for 7.
exactly.
Okay, over. Over 72. Plus
You don't go over. You just go to your maximum.
Yes.
And then I
I
get my
wrote
key
72.
points back.
Well, sometimes you have extra hit points. So I don't know
No,
if
it's
you-
not temps.
This his
Yeah.
thing is not one of those.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah, I
get the
know.
temp HP back.
Yeah.
But I thought I think you refresh it on a short rest, right?
Yeah, I didn't take
He
a short
didn't
rest.
take one.
Oh, you didn't,
He's
right?
doing
Also,
bullshit.
if for some reason...
He's doing a bullshit.
Doing it.
Whoa!
Ooh! Ooh! Hey guys, should we leave it behind because it made a noise?
That sounds like a
You
cart.
want to take the table with us now too?
I mean, you can just snap it off. Like a Kit Kat bar.
Like Kit Kat bar.
Also, I don't know if either of us were blinded, deafened, paralyzed, poisoned, or stunned, but if we were, we're not anymore.
No.
Congratulations.
You're none of those things. And then you're also not one of any of those.
I didn't think so, but you never know. Weird stuff going on.
Alright, well, we now have a great cart.
2 total
Great carts.
and then there's one that's just tipped over on the side that you moved out of the way.
Okay.
If you were to try to use your cart to go back this way, it would run into the cart that's off the beaten track.
That's fine.
But I don't know how you get it back up this thing, and it goes down.
Yeah.
Other than all the way back up. Okay, so what I need, and this will end the session after we do this, I need a d6 again. And just tell me even or odd. From any
Any objections to the funny one?
No.
Do it.
Odd. It's a 3.
Odd. You continue down along the same minecart pathway for, I'll say, another 40 minutes of travel. This continues and continues and continues. The sound is growing louder and louder of that whatever the machine is at presumably the bottom of this place. And you because of the torchlight and because of the flaming saber, alert a swarm of bats, and they fly out of the mineshaft, and they will fly further into the mineshaft, not out the way you came. And they screech and fly off into the distance. You're certain that, wagon notwithstanding, stealth going that direction will be harder to come by because of the fact that there's now a swarm of bats that got spooked by something. So things and people down that way know that something is on the way. You also notice, it takes a minute to notice this, but you also notice, let me make sure the size of this. It is tiny, which, I mean, tiny could be anywhere from this big to like
A softball.
yeah. I will say that they're like, you know those gross mosquitoes, they're just a little bit too fucking big and you're like, that makes me uncomfortable?
Mhm.
We're gonna go with that size.
Oh.
Well, that makes me uncomfortable.
But
This is just a little too big.
it's a little too big. You see that off of these bats while they were flying away, they were carrying these mosquito-like creatures on the backs of them, and several of them flapped off while they were flying away, and they start like hovering around you all.
I'm gonna try to swat the mosquito.
Roll it.
That's a 7 plus whatever I'm supposed to add to that.
Go ahead and roll it with. I mean, you're not proficient with your SWAT, right? You're just.
You're proficient with SWAT.
Are you?
I've worked on a farm.
I think the only person that's supposed to be proficient with SWAT is you. So, I think no proficiency
Sure.
adds strength though.
Alright, then that's a 13. 12.
Does not hit.
Can
Motherfucker.
I try to?
It lands on you.
Alright, can I try to hit it again?
There are.
on me?
You're like counting. There are
I'm just like
9.
kind of waving
Go ahead and roll
my
again.
scimitar, my flaming
Did you
scimitar.
say 9 or
around.
90?
90.
That's a
There are
natural
9.
1.
Natural 1. You slap. Your hand is still full of oil, and you just slap a big thing of oil on your chest, and you're like, oh, damn it.
Now I have to get this cleaned.
You have to use something bigger if you want to hit him. Start swinging Bashy around.
Hold on.
You're the one who's good at smacking!
It's been cocked twice. What is your AC?
18.
It begins to pierce into your skin, and you swat it away before it can. And you swing. Go ahead.
Was it 18 or 16? 27.
You hit.
Can I try to firebolt one of these things?
Sure. Go ahead and roll the attack.
For 14 damage.
21.
It is very dead. It's a bug. 21. It is also very dead. You've killed 2 of the 9 bugs.
Okay.
I'm just kind of
Can
waving
can
my
I-
flaming scimitar around.
This one lands on you
Mm-hmm.
and does break skin.
Oh, that's great.
You take 4 piercing damage, and it's attached to you.
Cool.
And presently,
Okay. Can I?
sure. Go ahead and make an attack.
Oh, that's the 3 on the die. So.
It misses. And there are 7 left, and we're going to go into initiative.
Sure.
Yeah! I was wondering if we're gonna have to roll initiative.
Fucking damn it!
There was a possibility that you guys can just kind of deal with these.
Yeah! Let's go! I'm honestly hyped for this fight, guys.
Fucking mosquitoes.
I'm super hyped. I might hit one with the cart, who knows?
Sure. Yeah.
You better hit something with the card for all the time you spend on it.
Guys, there's gonna be something where we need the cart, and you're gonna be so glad that I brought the cart with us.
How many times have you said that about some stupid shit you did?
Honestly, like twice.
And neither of those times that has happened.
And both of them are the cart!
No. They weren't.
Examples! Citation needed!
We literally just found the car.
And what else?
That's all. That's it. That's all that's needed. We didn't.
Matsuk, what's your
uh,
initiative?
You said
21.
other things.
Yeah, and
What are those other things?
Farmer Dan, what's your initiative?
6.
Great.
9. I rolled a natural 1.
Elysian.
16.
Atosh.
Tosh got a 21.
Damn.
Okay, and Felix.
Felix got 13.
Zadius.
9.
No, Zadius is going first.
Okay. No, actually, 2 of my Sturges are going first. So
In terms of our initiative order, goddammit.
what?
This is an A/B conversation.
1 will land on Felix,
No.
and 1 will land on who's this one on? Zadius. Neither of them hit. Batuk, it's your turn.
I'm just gonna
Or
start.
well, Atosh and Batuk are
But
the
you
same.
can go first.
Okay.
I'll start swinging Bashy at the ones that are still in the air.
Okay.
14.
14 hits. Give me a d6. Just tell me which number you roll.
4.
Number 4 dice.
Alright. My minimum damage is 5 if that matters.
They have 2 hit points.
Uh,
Anyone can slap them and they would die. I'm pretty sure.
26 to hit.
I have a -2 to strike.
Fair enough.
26 to hit.
Hits.
Number 2.
Okay.
And then I'll punch one with a bonus action.
Sure.
With a 10 to hit.
Does not. Atosh.
Firebolt. Just
Which one? 1, 3, 5, 7, 6, or 7?
7.
Okay.
Which one's on me, by the way?
I'll say. It's either 5, 6, or 7. We'll figure it out right now. Number 5 is.
Yay.
Cool. I give myself this 11 I just have sitting around for an 18 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Pew. I
Got
can't
it.
do less than 2 damage, so.
Sturge's turn. We're gonna go on. We're gonna go roll a d6. 5.
Again?
Oh, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one is gonna attack for a 19.
Yeah, that hits.
Haha! I got you twice.
Of all the fucking things they get me with.
Can't stop the bugs. 6 damage.
Don't you wish you had a cart to stop the bugs?
Oh,
Sir.
no.
Sir!
I'm going
please.
to burn this fucking cart. Oh, no,
man.
I'm at a temp
Those
HP.
burning
Oh.
hands. What happened?
We're not
Elysian,
doing
it
these
is your
acts
turn.
of violence.
Can I chuck a card at one of them?
Sure. Which
No,
I'm
one?
going to burn this
One of
cart.
the 2 that is attached to him, or one of the 2? So there are 2 that are attached to him, and there are 1 that's on Zadius and 1 that's on Felix. Which one?
Maybe the 2. One of the 2 that's on him.
Okay. Chuck the card.
+8. Or is it +6?
We'll say. To hit.
12.
12 does not hit the Sturge.
Does it hit me?
No.
Okay.
Anything else? Felix, it's your turn.
Felix is gonna try to hit a Sturge, the one that's attacking him. Slash. It's an 18 on the die.
Hits.
Takes a bunch of damage.
More than 2.
Second attack.
Yes.
It's also over 20. Does a bunch of damage.
Also hits. Which one is that? Zadius or one of the 2 on Cray?
One of the 2 on Cray.
I'll roll a d4.
4.
Okay. The one that had attached previously first was the one that.
So it just.
Yep.
Ah, fuck.
Just burn him to a crisp.
Just
I
hold it
poke-
next to
I
it.
just poke
Yeah.
him with a flaming scimitar.
You just burn it to
After
death.
that, it's Sturge number 5 time, baby! Zadius! 18.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Did Zadius actually get hit in this campaign?
Take 4 points of piercing damage.
I
Are
don't
you
like
gonna have it?
Yeah, why not?
Take 2 points of piercing damage. Gotcha! Bitch. It's Cray's turn.
Fucking, I'm
Son of a
gonna.
bitch.
I want a wisdom save from this other one. I'm told
Sure.
he's dead.
Are they wise? No. 4.
Yeah, no.
It has 2 hit points. You cannot kill it. But
No,
you
you roll
never mind.
fine.
Never mind.
10
Damn it.
necrotic damage.
They're immune.
Zadius. Unless you have a bonus action.
No, I don't.
There's only one left, and it's the one on you.
Correct.
Can I use my dagger on it?
Sure.
Cool.
Like,
11?
oh yeah. Oh,
11 misses!
That's Zadius, we all know.
Fuck!
Maybe he gets another turn, maybe he doesn't. We'll never know.
23.
It's like,
Damn it! Okay, this nerd gets sneak attacks because that's a fucking thing. Poor guy. You've killed the bugs.
bugs,
Woo!
bugs,
Bugs, bugs.
I hit it for 18.
It had 2 hit points.
No, I know. I just wanted you to know.
So that way, to send a message to any future bugs.
Tell your friends, this is not a safe space for bugs.
Okay, and with the bugs quashed, or squashed, whichever you want to call it, that is where we'll end the session in the middle of the mine on your way down into the quarry of Fellfield.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
Subscribe to Church Prime.
Nobody's dead yet. Hey, you
Subscribe
got it
to
done
Church
this time.
Yeah.
Click the button. Move on.